Hello everyone, and welcome to Ready City Crit. I am your Dungeon Master Harna, and joining me is my usual rigmarole of players. Let's start off with the person who ate the most pancakes today.
I know where I sit on
I
this
feel like
list.
that's potentially me. Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the ASMR cleric, and I had 3 pancakes today, so I'll pass on to the next person. Why you give me a scrutchy face, Ryan?
I only had 2 pancakes today, so where did you get the third one, Mary?
Work.
She's pancake cheating on you.
I'm upset. Hello, I'm Ryan. I play Cyrus Revenmar, the ASMR barbarian. I only got 2 pancakes today.
I can make you more.
Please.
I mean, I feel like probably about the same now. I don't think Will had any pancakes. I think he's sad and pancakeless. Hi, I'm George. I play Alice Morrow, the Alan Druid, and I only had 1 pancake today. But I plan to eat many more tomorrow because somebody accidentally made 5 times the amount of pancake batter by misreading the recipe.
DM, can you please send me some pancakes? Just send them over in the post. I'll have them.
You just get a soggy envelope.
Look,
Be careful, because I have your address. I can make that happen.
it's not my fault. The recipe said 5 eggs, 250 mils of milk, 80 grams of buckwheat flour, and then
Bear
the
in
first
mind,
step
this is for egg and ham galettes, which have a whole egg in the center.
The first step was add like the flour, milk, and egg to a bowl and whisk.
Egg.
I was like eggs because it's like the ingredients. I chucked them all in, and I started mixing. It was like, man, this is really running mix. And then I had to add more flour and a bit more milk to make it stable. It worked out.
See, you could always just let me know and I'll just hand deliver them later this week.
We had a similar problem, but with lasagna. And I was like, Mary, how much fucking lasagna are you making? She goes, oh, the recipe says it serves 8. And I'm like, Mary, we're 2 people.
I always do that with soup because I just start throwing in extra shit and then it's like, oh, I gotta add more stock. Oh, but I also have this stuff, so I'll add some more stock. And then I have to like move from like a pan this size to a pan this size to like my giant soup cauldron. It's like, I fucked up. I really hope we like soup.
I came home and Mary's like, we need bigger saucepans. And I was like, no, we don't.
One of
No,
ours that we
don't.
have is like a fucking industrial, like a 10-liter pot.
IKEA, it was only like 12 quid.
like a
And
12,
it's literally like a fucking
like a gumbo
cauldron.
pot nearly, like a mini gumbo pot.
It's
anyway,
amazing.
we've got 2 people who yet still to introduce themselves. Got sidetracked with kitchen utensils.
I mean, I'll go next, but I feel like me and Will probably equal because I've had no pancakes. Hi,
This
my
is
name's
awful.
Anthony. I play Barrow Starkhoof, the Satan Rogue Fighter. And I'll pass it on to Will.
I'm Will, I'm playing Volgia, the Jurgo Ranger. And sadly, I did not get any pancakes today, much to my dismay.
Okay, everybody put it in your calendars.
My
Pancake Day 2025. You're all coming over to ours. We're gonna have pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I've not even done that. I've just told Emma she can't make her own pancakes. She's got to wait till tomorrow when I get back to make pancakes on
Pancake Day is postponed.
Wednesday. Yeah, and we postponed Valentine's Day as well because Pancake Day got pancakes.
You don't get a pancake.
But yeah, next year
Valentine's Day
everyone's
is that
coming to
one.
our house and I'm making pancakes the whole day. I'll make like different ones. We can make it fun. Make
Well,
that
you
like
gotta do that with
Korean
spray
potato
bottles and make all
pancake.
the-
That's good.
Make
Are you
it
going to get those little bottles and practice
Cool.
drawing our characters in pancake
I
form?
We're
don't
not
think
gonna
I'm
do.
that
We're not gonna do fucking
talented.
like Chinese pancakes. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, we fucked that
We're
up
not
really
going to do
bad.
buckwheat ones and put in 2 eggs in the original recipe.
I'm not gonna
5
say
eggs
what it
instead
is
of
in
1.
Korean
5
because I'll
eggs instead of
definitely
1
fuck
egg.
it up.
It was 5
Um,
eggs instead of 1 egg. I made
But like, look at Korean potato
that's
pancakes. 'cause they are good
500%
shit.
more egg than was supposed to be in there.
You can stuff them with cheese. Like potato
You went
things stuffed
from-
with cheese. That's like the best food.
It's just lucky that buckwheat flour isn't a specialist item in a special foods aisle, otherwise you have to go back and buy like a 100.
Okay, I had a kilogram of buckwheat flour, so it's fine.
We actually couldn't find buckwheat flour for like ages, and then we saw it for sale in the shop and was like, quick, buy it, even though we have no plan.
We bought 2.
We bought a pancake pan last pancake day, like the day after, because like
Sad.
none of our pans were good for making pancakes. And in that time we moved house and got an induction hob that the pan doesn't work on, so we just had to get rid of our pancake pan having never used it.
I mean, it's still there. We have it. It's just in a box.
If anybody wants a pancake
If anyone with an
pan,
actual box of pots and pans, hit me up. I have no use for them. I'm just gonna charity shop them.
Mary, okay, you look like you had a thought there a moment ago.
I just remembered we have hazelnut cream in the cupboard and we didn't use it for pancakes.
you can have more
Guess we're having
pancakes. That's
pancakes
okay.
tomorrow.
Pancakes for breakfast.
Yeah.
You can literally have
Yes, I-
pancakes all the time. It is not exclusive to Pancake Day. The
This is my
government don't
pancake
want you
for
to know
today.
this, but you're allowed to eat pancakes literally whenever. Also
Well.
cereal.
Now we're on a terrorist watch list. Why would you say that on Twitch? Okay, let's kick it off. Who
Blowing
was
up
the right?
Parliament would be a
terrorist
great
watch
idea.
list.
It'll
Last
send a
time.
message.
I was say, speaking of terrorist watch lists that are being locked up in,
Speaking
Yeah.
of being on a terrorist watch list, D&D! Also, look at my little atlas. Look how cute it is.
Speaking of Atlas, Atlas fought the law and the law won.
I did not fight the law. I argued briefly with the law and then went with them to minimize the amount of conflict.
Also,
Also,
from a conflict
I
that
did not
you
fight-
caused.
Also, I did not fight the law. I did not do any crimes on this planet.
Yet.
That she knows of.
That I know
You
of.
gave a false identity and false address.
I gave a fake name to a receptionist. That is not a crime. I have done that in my real life.
Well, clearly the law works differently on the amalgamate because you got arrested.
I don't
And you're
know.
question,
arrested.
Look,
question.
I
how
have
old's
not been
Atlas?
charged. I have not gone to trial. This is
Immediately in prison.
yeah, like this is
Just the trial. You're just
George,
in prison.
this is why I'm
George,
assuming that
question,
it's
how
like
old's
jail.
Atlas?
This is like 20 years old.
Like, actually
Atlas
20?
is like 22, 23.
Oh god, she's
Alright,
older
okay.
than Astra. If she was the youngest member of the group, I could understand, but
All I do in D&D, by the way, is have one finger on George's fucking volume slider and just fight it the whole fucking session because the woman does not have any like. There's no consistency at all to her like level of compression that is required for her voice. Like it's mad.
Thanks, it's the autism.
There you know. Okay, well, on to the next one.
So yeah, Barros's grandfather is like head honcho
Not
of the security
head
sect.
honcho, like head honcho.
He's the head honcho, and Atlas inquired about Barros's mother, which got her whole family thrown in jail, including her. Astra ran away to find the boys who were enjoying a nice cold pint, waiting for everything to blow over, and now everything's blown up. So Barros and Volgir going into hiding.
And
There's
somewhere to our knowledge,
I
they could
feel
be
like it's just-
being plucked for torture.
It's
for
just
information.
it's just Astra coming back, like, okay, so we found your mom. It's like, oh great, Alice is in jail. Of course she is.
Barros and Volgir are going into hiding. The ASMR are going to try and figure out how to help Atlas. Atlas is in jail with her mob boss Tinkerbell, and the Chimera is in the hotel, hopefully not getting hungry.
Unattended.
Unattended, unsupervised.
It's probably fine.
Nobody's
Probably
told him to
nothing
go
to worry
for a nap. Did we leave him enough rations? Probably not.
Did we leave him a large
eating.
kitty box to poop in? Probably not.
But we also did leave a skull in the room, and
We
who knows
locked
if
it in
he
the
opened
other
doors?
room.
Question,
Who knows if he knows to
question,
open
did we
doors?
Did we put the do not disturb sign on the door, or the cleaners walking in every day and never coming back out?
We
I-
never said about a do not disturb sign. And I, as much as George would like to say, I'd like to think Atlas would put it on. I don't think Atlas would put it
No,
on.
I was gonna say I'd like to think that the staff saw the Chimera walk in and were like, maybe just Maybe just leave that room till they leave again.
Were they at the penthouse? Okay, no going to the penthouse. So yeah,
Like
that's
they
where we
knock on the
left
door
off.
like cleaning, and they just hear like demonic growling from inside. It's like, I'll come back later.
Yeah, okay. Well, with that in mind, let's pick up with those of you who are not arrested.
Which lot?
So
Like
I believe,
currently, or
I believe the plan was
We split up.
Beros and Volgir, you two are going to go look for something incognito mode, and
Well,
me and
Beros
Aster
is
are
going to
gonna
go to the
figure
Arcane
out-
Engineering area.
Yes.
I think you were looking for Arcane Engineering access from Nexus, like you said.
Yeah.
You were looking for any way, like any tunnels or something. I think you were trying to not go the normal route. Was the general plan.
Yes.
So, Volgir, you going with Beros?
Yes.
Sure.
And I'll use.
If not, just to keep me company.
Yeah, and keep him out of trouble. Like I should have done with Atlas.
That we all should have done with Atlas.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
but I should have gone because we've sent the non-amalgamate people.
what's done is done.
They still have rights.
Just.
And I have is just absolute dog shit, and it's not really writing at all.
I thought you said you have a
That's a
dog shit on
10.
your table.
There is dog shit on my table as well, but that's just a preference. I just like having it. Right. Okay. Well, let's start with Beres and Volgi then. So Beres and Volgi, you guys are heading down. You leave your eyes embrace. Whatever it's called, your eyes elegance. And start walking around the next level. What are you just looking for? Like, what are you kind of looking for?
I think Beros will probably kind of.
I think you
Talk
said you were
more
looking for people
about-
who were like working there and stuff, and
Yeah, like we possibly finding like a staff member or something. So I think Beros will probably head to that bar, that like slightly shady bar.
yeah, the Star Drop.
Yeah.
Sure. So Volgir,
I
you're coming
feel
along
like-
for the ride.
Yeah, I think Volga's joining, but I think he's doing the kind of almost like, you know, when someone walks up and they kind of go sit down nearby within earshot so they can act if needs be. Kind of bodyguard routine.
Fair enough. All right. So Beros, you go searching for anything that's going to help you, kind of like, you know, find information about the Arcane Engineering level and things that are such. You search for the lovely tavern. I can hear myself from someone. It's really fucking off-putting. And you go seek out Star Drop, which is Anthony. I think I can hear myself.
Let me.
Test. A little bit, but it's bearable. Right, so yes, you find the Star Drop, and you see the dimly lit sign for the Star Drop, the little like neon sign above it. You swing the door open, it creaks as you enter. It's like the narrow corridor that leads down to the heart of the tavern itself. You see these like big spacey murals kind of like depicted along the corridor. In the bar itself, you kind of like look around quickly. You see that there is Zarko, the little 3-cream bartender here. Who's like, you know, flair bartending a lot, and you see it's like made like salvage ship parts. The stools are a collection of like probably old captain's chairs and things like that, kind of from all over the place. And Zarko kind of gives you like a little like nod as you come in. You see the little holographic gambling tables in the corner, just like, you know, the big stage. A variety of modrons are going around like serving drinks here and things like that. There's the holographic bounty board. And there's a little corner which has a makeshift little pen that you know they keep strange animals and pets in.
Yep. I'll probably just approach the bartender. I'll then slide 10 silver across and be like, who do I need to speak to get access to the arcane engineering level?
Bartender like chitters you like like rolling up his like mandibles, and you hear in your mind,
Well, looking to find some ways the arcane engineering level is ways. Ooh, very curious. That kind of silver probably won't anyone asking why, I imagine.
That is correct.
Zarko knows people. Zarko knows things. Make me a persuasion check, please, Beros, with advantage from your money. Zarko's trying to suss you out.
22.
Well, didn't hear from Zarko. Didn't hear in your head from Zarko, at least, that few people here who brought Zarko's old new waitstaff and like looks over to all the rusty modrons kind of like scattering around. Must have some way in and out. That would be Zarko's first step. Human. Name of Damien.
I'll take a look around. Is there a human? Any humans
Yeah,
around
there's
here?
a couple people that, like, even though it's still like not super late in the day, there's still like a good collection of people. There's probably 4 or 5 elves, a couple of dwarves. There's a good through fly queen as well in the corner. A couple of various fae. You see a couple of pixies all around one table sharing a single mug of wine. You assume. And yeah, there's a good few humans. Probably about 4 humans in total. And a spread out.
Are they spread out? Yeah.
There's 2 together as a couple, and the other 2 are one is gambling with the Thry-Kreen, and the other one is trying to challenge the dwarves to a drinking contest, but the dwarves have no interest. He looks like he might be part of the group, the other 2.
Okay. Can you point him out? Is he here?
You watch as all 4 arms point at the humans, and then of them, all but one finger retracts back to fists, and it points to one of the 2 who are sat together.
I'll nod. What were they drinking?
That one, just gin. Plain.
And his wife?
Don't know if it's his wife, but rosé wine with soda water and a bit of ice.
They'll get whatever they're drinking and a nail.
And a nail?
Beer, ale.
Ale, oh, I thought you said nail, like to hammer with.
No.
Sorry. Not used to people vocalizing. More mental.
And then just leans down. Pours gin in a glass. Pours a rosé wine in a glass. Tops it up with a splash of soda water, a bit of ice, and then produces a frothy ale as well from one of the like taps on the bar, and sets it up to you. The little transaction pad lights up, and then he also goes,
If you'd rather play cash, you can.
but it's gonna be for all the drinks, the wine, gin. It's gonna be either 6 silver or 60 chits for the round.
I'll pay in chits.
You tap your hollow strap. You watch as the transaction goes through. The contactless takes a little bit longer. He stares at it. It's a bit of an old technology, but eventually it completes. Nod. Yeah, you take your drinks.
Yep. Wander over. Not too vulgar on the way past. Assume he's sat in
As he
a booth.
as he nods, I'm going to head over, get an ale, and go sit. Once he sits down, I'll go speak to them. I'm going to sit near a table nearby.
Eel's cheap enough. The eel only costs you 2 silver or 20 chits.
I'll pay 2 silver.
It's still quite expensive, like compared to some places, but considering you're in essentially a capital city, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And then
approach.
I'll just go sit on a chair nearby that's within earshot still.
Just make me a stealth check. Bulgar, see how
Right.
much you
Let's get me dice.
blend in. Or if you'd rather, you can make like a performance check to like put on an act of like someone just at a bar like
definitely be
not
stealth.
interested. Okay, well, I never know.
Stealth is going to be 22. No, my
do.
performance is a +1. My stealth is a +6. So it's
Maybe
definitely
you're
stealth.
feeling risky. But yeah, you don't seem to pick up any attention to yourself, especially because Beros naturally draws the eye and is a bit more rambunctious, especially as he approaches. You see the woman who's still sipping her drink kind of like gives a little curious nod, and you watch as she says something to the guy in front of him, and he like turns around, turns back to her, and just like you see his shoulders shrug, and like as you're kind of approaching.
Yeah, I'll approach, put the drinks down. So, Damien, I heard you're a man to speak to.
Thought you said you didn't know this guy. I don't. Look, hi. I don't know how you know my name, but I suppose I'm someone to speak to. Sure. You can't have me at a disadvantage.
It is no mistake. You are a very sought out man, especially for somebody who wants to get into the arcane engineering level.
No, I'm sorry. I don't work up there anymore.
No, you don't have to work up there, but I'm sure you'd like to take the lady out and treat her to a nice meal in the foreseeable future.
You see, he kind of like looks at her, and she like mouths something. Look at you reading lips, Beryl. You know the observant feat, do you?
No.
Okay, you're probably pointing in more direction at him. What's your passive perception?
It's not very high. It's 11.
Okay, you don't really pick up what she's saying at a quarter. You just catch her lips moving, and then she gets up, takes the drink you bought her, and she moves up to the bar, and she sits there. And he goes, "Well, seeing as you interrupted my date, you may sit down."
I'll take a seat, push over his drink. Look, I'm not asking for much, just a loose door open, a door that's not supposed to be open, a little bit of time to...
Hold on. He presses a button on the table, and the booth, you watch as the little glass doors close. He produces from his leather jacket that he wears a, like, handheld sized device. It's got like a large like pin coming at the top of it. It looks maybe like a grenade or something. You're not sure. He brings it to his mouth, bites it, and then just like a plume of smoke billows out as he rips a fat vape, filling the booth that you're in with a thick mist that obscures you from the area around. All right then, what do you want?
Basically, I just need access to the arcane engines. I'm willing to pay.
Right. I can get you up there. But you need to know that not all the areas up there are even accessible to you, like, mortal people. The Modrons can get in and around pretty much everywhere. But unless you're, a construct, there's no getting through some of those barriers. It's just physically impossible. But I can get you to a fair few chunks of the area. I'll get you, obviously, main lobby, the main workshops, maybe even gravity manipulation, and also there's the Aetheric Resonance Chamber as well. But there's areas that you can't get to, things like the core chamber, starshift control, and the index. They just can't be accessed. They're physically impossible. Unless you want to, stick some metal to yourself and hold your breath for a very long time.
So, the indexes, you would only be able to get there if you were a Modron.
The main index, yeah. There's terminals and stuff that have access to portions of it, but in various. So the arcane engineering has an access terminal, as does gravity manipulation. I assume the core chamber and Starship control would have it as well. The residence chamber doesn't have one, but that's because it was an annex we put in. It used to be part of the what's now the workshop.
All right. If that's the best that you can do, it's better than what I have. What do I owe you?
Right. For this, I'm not going with you. I'm going to give you what you need to get in, what you need to get out, give you directions that you can follow or not, and that will be all I'm going to give you. Fair?
That's fair.
Right. Let's call it. You got physical currency, or are you just using shits?
I got physical.
Right. Let's call it 15 gold then.
Yeah, I'll slide over 150 silver.
Yep, he takes it. Puts it in his like little satchel baggie as at his side. He pulls out a little. You see, it has a metal device. It has a bar handle across one side, and then it has 3 wheels, kind of all attached to it, kind of in like a triangle shape. But the wheels don't have. It's not like they're like bike wheels. It's kind of as if they were like wheels with no bike wheels with no rubber on them. So it's just like the exposed metal. And they, but I say bike wheels for reference. They are very small. They're only maybe about yay big. They're probably only about the size of like a tennis ball each in diameter. But they kind of look similar to bike wheels without the rubber on them. And they have a little groove where the tire would normally, like the tube would normally sit. But obviously that's been removed. He also gives you a small metal card. And he gives you a transfer to your hollow strap if you wish to accept it.
Yeah, let's accept it.
Yep. So the transfer he gives you, it's a very basic map of the arcane engineering level, kind of blocks it out for you. You see where actually it's actually 5 elevator shafts intersect the level. There are 2 from OSEC dock, which are marked with big X's as inaccessible. There's the main elevator, which seems fine, and there's one on the commercial level, which is circled. It looks like it's on the it's not the furthest out from the central elevator itself. He says, right, here's what you're gonna do. There's an elevator on the galactic level, which whenever you get to, it's a little bit faulty. If you scan the actual terminal on the lift itself with this card, the lift will malfunction and it will go into a recess below the galactic level. The door will still open as normal. You need to get on top of the lift. The lift will be broken for the guts of 5 minutes before it comes back online and restarts itself. You need to use this, puts his hand on the device, clip onto the cable, and ascend up for 30 seconds. You'll see another set of double doors. Get off, unclip the device. If it's on there, it'll cause problems for you later on. The doors should just push open with your hands. They will take you into a series of corridors. These are not normally accessed by the public. First door on the right is the residence chamber, where they do a lot of research. The end of the corridor is the gravity manipulation room. And from the residence chamber, there is also access to the workshop. You'll probably be able to see the core from either of those through the window bays. But the access, there's no corridor access to them. Once you're done doing whatever it is you're doing, go back to the lift, scan the terminal on the Arcane Engineering level with that card. The lift will malfunction and it will rise up into the recess above, and you can get down the same way you got in. Take the device, clip it on, 30 seconds, stop, doors, physically open them, unclip the device and go. The card has 2 uses. The device there, it'll work until it breaks. It's not something that would say is super reliable, but it'll work for you at least this time.
Okay, sounds simple enough. Thank you very much. Do you need these returning to you?
Nope. When you're done, burn them, throw them in space, don't care. Obviously, you don't know where you got them from, found them, whatever. Whatever thing you want to.
Of course. And I will nod, give him, and take my drink, and I will go sit at the bar.
Yep. He'll unlock
Finish
the
off my drink.
booth again, and the smoke clears out. As you leave and go to the bar to finish your drink, you see his lady friend returns back to him, and they leave together.
And then shortly after, I'll finish off my drink and leave as well. Nod into Volga to follow.
Bulgar, unfortunately, you didn't hear any of that just because of the nature of the booth that they were sat in. But you would have seen like the smoke and stuff billow out and things like that, and stayed close at hand. But nothing really would have risen your alarm bells any more than the fact you couldn't see or hear that, unless that was worrying the Vulgar.
Nah, I think it'd be pretty expected if he's doing some dodgy dealings. There's got to be some dodgy dealings to get down there, so got to take precautions.
And yes, so Barros leaves. You follow.
Yeah.
Step out after him and give it a few seconds of follow. And yeah, you both meet up wherever you like in the next level. You can go all the way back to Your Eyes Embrace if you'd like, or Your Eyes Elegance. I don't know why I keep calling it Embrace.
Yeah, I think as we get out, I'll repeat what was said. Obviously in whisper tones, and then say, I mean, we can go there now, but it's the index that we need access to, from what I know, from what the Modrons and Atlas said. Apparently, the engineer thinks that maybe they're inaccessible because you need to be able to hold your breath for a long time. So maybe the index is you would need to breach the air controls and venture out into the expanse and expose yourself for a few minutes.
I mean, Barros, you would know of ways to do that kind of thing. Suits, expanse suits and
I'd
stuff.
say suits. I mean, you had mentioned about the, not that I heard it, I'm assuming you relayed it, about strapping some metal to yourself. Strap some metal to yourself, put a suit on, and...
Yeah. I mean, if we still had access to the Steel Horizon, there's a couple of suits in there.
I'm sure we can get hold of some suits in this place, if need be.
Yeah. How cheap they'll be, that's a different story. Maybe we can have a look around and find ourselves some suits or some breathing apparatus.
Yeah. Worth having a look. Having a look as a maybe at least worst case.
I mean, I still have this, and he'll pull out the scroll of flying that he that he has in his backpack. I mean, we could sell it. See how much shits we could put towards a little fund for the suits.
Yeah, well, we can see how much they cost first before we go think about selling
and then I
everything.
suppose we'll start having a look around for any shops on the Nexus level that might sell something along the lines of suits.
next level, not really known for its shops and things like that, so you eventually probably would find your way up to the commercial level for that kind of thing, or maybe even down towards the eye dock. But as you start looking for that, let's flip over to the other group. So our two Asimar.
Okay, Astra. Tell me exactly what happened.
So we went to the building and then went inside. Atlas gave them a fake name asking for Barros's mother, and
Right.
said she was staying at the place where her parents are. And then she said she wasn't in, and then we went back out, and then Atlas turned into a very creepy spider. Very creepy, like I might be more afraid of Atlas now more than the Liffid. And then she went up the building. She seen her in the apartment on the phone, so clearly that reception was lying to us. And then we went to go see Atlas's parents, and then we seen them being arrested, and then they took Atlas.
Right. So realistically, no crime was committed.
I don't think so. Like the creepiest thing she did was turn into that.
Okay. Creepy spider aside, did the police say anything? Did they say why they were arresting them, or?
Because something about Barris's father, maybe talk for asking.
Right. Okay. So
they were a threat to him or something.
A threat to him personally, or to the amalgamate, or?
Just sounded like him in general.
Okay, well, let's get to QSEC and see if we can get someone to give us their reasons for why they're arrested. There's bound to be a report or something explaining on their end what's going on.
Is it worth talking to any, not ASMR representative, maybe like a bird folk representative, if there is any here? I don't.
Well, I'm pretty sure we both fall under the same jurisdiction because we're both from the more celestial quarter, I think. You know, bird folk and ASMR relatively connected. It's worth investigating, but if we can learn what the police are holding them under, the charges that they're holding them under, and then we go to our district or the birdfolk district, figure out.
What if we ask and then we get arrested? Because it seems like asking questions just gets you arrested here.
We play ignorant. We pretend we don't know anything about anything. All we have is a friend who is a birdfolk, and she was arrested, and we want
for her.
Yeah, we want to understand what's going on.
Like, if we don't say we know she's arrested, just say we can't find our friend. She's a bird folk, and see what they say.
Yeah, that'll do. How good are you at lying?
You see me try to hide my face. I can't do it.
No, well, we might end up getting arrested then, but it's worth a try.
Barros is better at this stuff.
That spell that makes you, like, more graceful. There's not, like, a lying version of that.
There is. It's called Eagle Splendor, which gives you charisma, but whether or not Mary has that prepared is a completely different thing.
I got rid of it whenever Asher got the books.
Didn't think was gonna need that.
I have guidance, but
it's the best we got. So we're going to QSEC, I guess.
Okay, so you're going all the way to OSEC?
OSEC, yes.
You always say QSEC, I don't know why.
I always say QSEC, I don't know why. On the map, maybe I just read it as a Q.
It's an O.
What does the O stand for?
Omphalos. It's Omphalos security. That's all they are. It's very simple.
Not Quumphalos.
Not Comphalos.
Quumphalos. I have Cyrus has a
Maybe
slight
it's
speech impediment.
maybe it's an issue. Like maybe in Celestial, O's and Q's are the same letter. You know.
He said it that much.
Or Infernal. Everybody like it's just. It's like a kite, and it's like, it could be a Q, could be an O, I don't know.
You like entirely do it based on like what makes sense for the rest of the letters, so when it's just by itself, it's like,
So your name's Quinnen? What? No, it's Owen. Quinn.
Gwen, like Gwen. It'd be Gwen. But yes, you head all over to OSEC. Yeah, you kind of head towards the lobby. You've been here before in the main reception area. I mean, like, what exactly are you like? Are you just gonna go straight up start asking questions? Or you?
Maybe go to the central desk.
Yeah, the reception area is there. You kind of like look up. You see that there's a Githyanki is still stationed on it there. And they kind of give a little nod as you approach. You're like, "What can I help you with?"
We're looking for our friend. She seems to have disappeared.
Right. Name. Race.
Atlas Moreau. She's about 4 feet tall. She's an island. Dark feathers. She
starry eyes.
She sometimes wears a mask. Sometimes doesn't wear a mask.
sometimes wears a different mask.
I'm just waiting to hear the sirens in the background.
Has like a tank on her back.
Oh. Yes, I think I've got her here. I can organize a visit with you if you'd like to visit her.
A visit?
Yes. She's currently being held at this time, just until the investigation's complete.
What, under what cause?
There's a terrorist threat logged here.
A terrorist threat?
Yep. Against the safety of the Umphalos and his people, it says here. Report came through about just over an hour ago.
Atlas, a terrorist? Why, I never.
Yes, how do we get a visit?
I can always right away. Hang on, give me one moment. Let's see, anything in the computer. Gets up at the door next to the reception, slides open. Just this way, please. And they gesture towards the door.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yep, you go inside. You go as well, Astra?
She's like side-eyeing him a little bit, like, just, are we getting arrested now?
Cyrus will just maybe, like, he'll, like, give this motion as if to be like, wait here.
Just in case I am also be arrested.
I also get arrested.
Okay. Astra will not go and just, like...
But I really want that moment of like, so we went to stop Atlas from getting arrested. What happened? We got arrested.
Yeah, but Cyrus, you go. You see the corridor. He has like a glass wall that connects to the reception desk, and he like walks parallel with you along it, and then he goes, "Waiting room just there on the left," and he points to the other door on the left hand side.
Yeah, I'll go and sit in the waiting room.
Right. And you step inside, and you see there is a glass panel that divides this room in half, and the door behind you closes. And you hear over the speakers, "Just wait in there, please. Will not be too long."
You're in jail, buddy.
This feels too familiar.
It's your cell, mate.
Receptionist goes back to the front to you, Astra, and it goes, if you want to just wait for him, you're more than welcome to grab a seat. There's some magazines and things. Or
Astra like kind of nods and like scurries away to his seat. I don't know if she has a prayer book or anything, but I feel like she...
Rosary beads. Just looks like the rosary beads.
And I think Astra's like, an apple, please get us to read this.
Sure. And while Cyrus is waiting to speak to the bird of the hour, Atlas, you are in the main prison area. There is a like multi-storied area you're in, this must span between OSEC and the dock level. It's so like tall and big. There are sails lining the walls, big metal walkways and catwalks that connect them, stairs going up, and you're kind of on that ground floor at the minute, with like metal, kind of like picnic bench kind of style tables kind of set up, and Tinkerbell sat up on one of them with her feet on the chair, like the little bench below, sitting on the main table itself, and she kind of like gives like a little like chuckles, like, "Well, good to see you."
You too. You seem to have made yourself at home pretty fast, huh?
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna be here for a while, so figured may as well.
Yeah. I think the others are working on getting you out, but this place seems kind of bureaucratic hell. These are my family. That's my parents and Micaiah. Guys, this is Tinkerbell and Hans. We got off of Tilm together.
Yeah, she saved our lives. See, your mother just looks like aghast. Your father's like, "Thank you so much for helping my daughter as well." Your brother's just like holding his little spare change of clothes, like holding himself very tight and confined. It says here that our cell's on the 5th floor. Maybe we should just go check it out and see what we're dealing with.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna be here for long, unless you guys have been doing crimes behind my back.
They gave us a spare pair of clothes, Atlas.
Well, maybe you just look like you spill stuff on yourself a lot.
All of us?
I don't know. I mean, they took away my mask and star mark, and I told them that I would start to die fairly quickly without it, and they just shrugged at me, so I can only assume that I will be getting out of here fast one way or another.
About that, Atlas. And your father will look around.
If you're about to tell me that I don't actually need the mask, I'm gonna be very upset with you. Like, start a prison riot upset with you, because that thing sucks to wear.
No, I think you do need the mask.
Okay, well that's relieving, I guess.
Good. I need a small... I can't cast this spell, unfortunately. I lack what I need to cast it. Sorry.
The air bubble?
Yeah, I need a small bladder filled with air to make it work normally, or my staff, but...
I'm sure I'll be...
But, you know, even a football or something would do. Maybe they've got a prison yard, we can have a look.
I'm not going to need it anyway. It's... Be out of here before you know it.
Failure to prepare, Atlas.
Fair to
At that
fail.
point, Cyrus gets marched in.
Your confidence in us is touching and also terrifying at the same time.
What? I didn't say anything about confidence in you. Alice is getting herself out of here. I mean... It'll be fine. We'll get out.
Listen, sweetheart, if you're going to be in here for a while, you can always sign up with us. The pugs have got a little bit of a solid foothold here, so no one really pushes us around.
Pugs?
Yeah. We're all from Pugna. Well, you're not, but, you know, all of us are.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, something tells me there's not going to be a bird folk gang in here.
No, probably not. I mean, there's a few mix and match. A lot of elves, a couple of Githyanki, there's a Gif or two floating around, a couple of dwarves, humans. There's a real spattering of low-life cunts. But we've got us two over there running a little kind of the, I guess you could call it shop. She points over, and you see
Atlas reaches for her book and then realizes to her great upset that it was confiscated from her.
You see the commissary. There's behind the desk. There's another Goliath. She goes, "That's Genshi behind the desk." Then you got Vac, and there's this big ogre with like 2 big teeth sticking out from underneath, like narrow little yellow eyes, big belly, heavy kind of set of like man boobs, kind of spilling over himself. Genshi is the
Okay.
Goliath. Vak is the ogre. And he goes, and Halbadan is currently he's in solitary at the minute.
I've just realised
He ripped that man's head off.
They've taken her book, which has pictures and descriptions of every single one of us.
Yeah.
And admissions of like terrorist acts and stuff, and
Yeah.
Oh
god, I'm getting arrested.
We're all getting
You
around.
should never have come here.
Would it make you feel better if you knew it was all written in Druidic?
I'm sure they've got a druid on the staff. I can't read this shit. Oh, that's druidic. You understand
Right,
this?
that's
Yeah,
it.
give me.
Volgi is going home.
20 minutes
Doesn't
later,
wanna go
like,
home,
this
but
is
he's going home.
juicy. Read this bit. I can't. I don't want to read it aloud.
I might get in trouble if I read it aloud.
Ori's been
Certain
preparing
things-
this since like the moment we stepped on the Infalos.
I knew writing
We've been
everything
preparing
down
it
would
ever
come back
since-
to bite me, but I did it anyway.
He's
It's
been
fine.
planning
All
this ever
we have to
since
do
George has said
is...
that the character writes everything down.
All we have to do is find Xander Mason, either convince him that we've done nothing wrong, or kick his ass, and then we get out of here.
wait, Xander Mason, you say?
Yeah.
Ugh, guy's a dick.
Yeah. I could have known that from getting arrested, but if you know more, that might be helpful, actually.
He's in charge of OSEC. That's pretty much all I know. He's been on a walk around with the warden. He's the one who got Halbadan put in solitary.
How do I see him?
See him?
Yeah.
Cause enough trouble and he'll come walking up, I'm sure. Otherwise, I don't know. Not the kind of guy to make appointments, I think. Not gonna lie, we don't really have
Just
much,
walks in.
rights here.
Are there guards around?
Not on the floor, no.
Atlas, don't start fights. Then you really will get held.
You see
forever.
Atlas.
Maybe we should just leave her here.
You see Atlas looking around on both ends of like if you kind of imagine, it's kind of like a kind of
Whenever
sturdy,
you say
skinny.
look around, all I can imagine is Atlas doing like 360 head turn, like.
It's like a very like a traditional cell block, like so it's a long, not narrow but not like wide corridor, with the catwalks on each side, like little bridges in between them, stairs kind of going up, and it's 5 stories high, so it's tall. And on each end, there is the entrance that you've just come in, which is kind of like in the middle. It kind of comes in the center, and then you look left and right at the far end. There are big, solid glass walls, and all across them at each level, there are like a variety of like terminals, and see people stood at them. You see like armed guards, things like that level there. And every level has doorways that connect from this external secure area to the actual interior of the prison itself. But it seems like the prison is run fairly remotely. It doesn't look like they have like guards present, like to break up fights, stuff like that. Like
Atlas will turn to her parents and sibling, and be like, "Okay, Mama, Papa, Micaiah, stay with Tinkerbell and Hans. They will protect you. Don't get murdered in prison."
I have no plans on an Atlas. And I don't know how I'll go to get away wearing this color of orange for so long. It clashes my feathers terribly.
Mama, your feathers are black. Everything goes with black.
I look like a damn horror film extra.
I've been accused of that more often than you'd think. Anyway, I am going
Atlas is
to...
about to lose her visitation rights.
I am going to go,
If she had any
Talk
to
to
begin with,
someone.
and you're not just in a cell.
and Atlas will go up to the nearest glass wall,
Yep, you fly over.
try and get herself, like, directly in front of someone so they cannot ignore her,
Yep.
and tap on the glass.
Yeah.
Question.
Yep.
Can Atlas as a bird actually see glass?
She collides full speed into it, breaks her neck, dies. Okay, Cyrus, what do you... she's intelligent enough. She has the intelligence to understand how glass works.
I like
Unlike a
to
normal bird.
imagine that as she flies, it becomes a little difficult, so she kind of, like, approaches it, like,
You hit the glass,
I just
Boom, boom,
Taps
boom.
it.
Individual looks up. You hear a little
Can
like
you hear me
static.
through this, or is it soundproof?
You hear like a little static, like, and you see a little small speaker at the bottom of the like glass terminal, and they go like, "What do you want, prisoner?"
Okay, first of all, I'm not a I was arrested, but I haven't committed any crimes, and I need to talk to Xander Mason because he's the one who arrested me.
Yeah, good luck with that. If Xander Mason arrested you, you definitely committed some crimes. Look, just go to your cell, busy yourself.
For how long?
Uh,
Is there not a trial? Am I not... Don't you need to, like, read me my rights, get me a lawyer?
no.
Can I pick my lawyer?
You maybe. What was your name?
Atlas.
Atlas, you and the rest of the Monroe family are scheduled for deportation from Amalgamate Space back to the Calum Shivleric in the next 12 hours, so don't worry about waiting around too long.
I'm being deported. I have papers.
Unfortunately, there's been a terrorist threat against the Umphalos from your family. Apparently, you were... there's been reports of someone interacting with, according to this, says you were hunting down high-ranking members of the Umphalos staff's family, suspected tiger kidnapping. There's a log here that you've committed yourself. I've got a high record of terrorism acts in the Tilm, on Kemnor as well against yourself, which has proven a track record. It's flagged it on the system. So you and your family are out of here and lickety split. Don't worry about it. Don't get too comfortable.
Can you not at least send, like, a message that I want to talk to him or something?
No, he's heading. He'll be heading your deportation act. Though you will be briefly have a chance to defend yourself, but in 12 hours, that's when the ship's scheduled to go. So sometime in the next 12 hours, you'll be called up individually. Your family, you have a right to plead your case under zone of truth, and if you're proven innocent, you'll be released. And once you're proven guilty, you'll be sent back.
I don't like how you said once I'm proven guilty.
Xander Mason has never had anyone under his watch be proven innocent.
That is suspicious, honestly. You should
man
look
is
into that.
very good at his job.
Alright, well,
just realized zone of truth. Everything that happened.
back to your work, prison guard.
That I am already talking to you as my work. Goodbye.
Alice will fly back to her family and be like, okay, good news, we're going home in 12 hours. Bad news, we're being deported.
We're not going to make our meeting with the Amalgamate then.
Well, worst case scenario, I get all my notes to my friends and they have to make the meeting for us. Best case scenario, I get us out of here.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that?
And right now I have 2 plans and I think they're both stupid.
And as Atlas says that, Cyrus, you see the door on the other side of the glass open, and stepping into the room, you see there are 3 OSEC members who will come in. They are
You're getting
quite heavily
arrested, buddy.
And they come forward. There's a central door in the glass, and they open it up. And one of them comes out and goes like, "If you'd like to follow me, please."
Sure. You bringing me to the visitor room?
Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah, go for it.
You're totally being arrested right now.
If they know about Tom, you're being arrested.
That is a 15.
15. You think he is intending to bring you somewhere, maybe not the visitor's room.
To jail. He's intending to bring you
You're
to
also in a
jail.
locked room.
I will.
You still have
stuck.
all your shit on you if you want to, like, maybe mention to Astra that you're going to jail or something.
Is the way to Astra blocked off?
Yeah, the door
or-
closed behind you. That was a door that
So-
connects to the hallway that connects to a door that connects to the reception room. So there's at least 2 doors between you and her.
I don't have any spell slots, so I can't send a
You can send a
sending.
message.
You can send a message, you just have to... The spell slots is just if you want to send it, like, further.
Yeah, I'll just tap my holostrap and I'll just say to Astra, they're taking me in further. Hopefully it's for a visit. Maybe go back to the hotel. Tell the others.
I was just making a note of that, going.
Cyrus,
Total.
I'll try and whisper it into my holostrap.
Yeah, they see you make a. They don't see them react. They just wait for you to step through.
Yep, I'll step through.
Yep, and they escort you through the door they came through on the far side. Astra, you hear this message. It projects from your holostrap audibly in the reception room.
Yeah, I think Astra will head off, but also message back. No, actually, she won't message back. She could just message back, okay, and then heads back to the others.
Yep. So you go to leave. The lift does not come when you call it. The person who was manning the reception desk as well has left it. You're currently alone. All the doors in this room appear to be sealed. The door that Cyrus went through, there's a lift, and there's 4 other doors, all of which have like terminals that require someone to swipe something or input something to open them.
Is there like a buzzer or anything?
If you go to the desk has like a call button. Yeah, if you go to the reception desk.
Yeah.
Yep, you go up, you press it.
Yeah.
There's about maybe 2 minutes, and then the individual, the Githyanki, comes back. Sorry, just a few things to sort out the back there. Yes, you are, if that scan is correct, Astra, right?
Yes.
Good. Astra, unfortunately, we have had to place your accomplice under arrest for suspected terrorism against the Amalgamate. And I'm also, this time, you are also being held under suspicion of the same accusation. I'm asking you if you could please come willingly, and they gesture to the door on the right of them, which opens up. There's a solid, this person could stop you if you tried to run, but, there's no obvious way for you to go unless you could, turn into your gas or something, or teleport, or...
Knock him out and steal his card.
Knock him out!
Solid pane of glass. He's like a post office clerk,
Knock him out through the glass! I'm sure you have spells that do that!
Probably, if you did enough damage.
Is sending, I have to say it out loud, don't I?
Sending? No, sending is private. Message is the one you have to... Message through Message traditionally is private, but through the holostrap, to make it, balanced, everyone can hear it. That's the trade-off.
Unless you have a muffled sender like I do.
But the sending is...
Thanks.
The sending, again, on the holostrap is audible, because it's a lower spell level to cast. But traditional sending is just, only you and the target hear it, I believe.
Yeah. She's gonna cast the normal sending to Barros. They've taken Cyrus and they're looking to take me. I don't think I can get away. We were just asking where our friend had gone missing, and now they're taking us. So maybe just leave. I don't know what's happening. And then she'll go with them.
Okay, yep, you willingly go. You're escorted through the doors, where there are a couple of guards who meet you, and they escort you through. Both Aasimar are stripped of any weapons, gear, and clothing and armor, and you are both given prison jumpsuits and a spare jumpsuit as well, in a beautiful hue of orange. And after a short period of time, you are ushered through the central doors, one after another.
I really hope that this coincides with Atlas being like, look, my friends are going to get us out of here, I know!
And as she finishes that sentence, you hear Tinkerbell go, Cyrus! Astra!
Well, that's not a good sign.
Hello, Tinkerbell.
Welcome to the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Hey, Astra, when I said get the others, I didn't mean get the others arrested.
Tinkerbell leans on you, Cyrus, and she pulls your pocket out and turns it inside out.
We said you were missing, and then they decided to arrest us.
Thank you.
Also, just
yeah, sure. She holds it. Look at her hand.
Ah, fuck. That's a 7.
Yeah, it's Tinkerbell's trying to help.
It's for your protection.
For your protection.
You guys,
You got a prison wife.
yep, you got a prison wife now.
Prison bits you.
You guys have only really seen Atlas in like a lot of her layers of like poncho and shit, or in armor, and in her prison clothes. It's like, damn, that is a frail ass bird. Like she is so skinny.
Her clothing is probably hanging off her because like they couldn't find one like in her size.
So
we're all terrorists, apparently.
yeah, but not like here.
Makai is like, oh gods, I should have known the thing that happened back to him. And
No thing
like,
happened.
What
Shut
thing
the-
happened,
oh.
Makai? Oh, just some things, mother.
You know what? He's gonna break immediately, so I might as well just get this out of the way. I accidentally did some terrorism while trying to stage a revolution. With
Her friends kill people.
Everybody.
They killed so many people, mother. So many. I told her it was a bad idea. I told her to get out. I told her it was awful. And,
Which ended in a lot more people dying than planned. Also, Tinkerbell used to be a prostitute, and I met her in a brothel.
Whoa. Still am. Thank you.
Sorry.
I've not changed my career. Self-employed
Tinkerbell is a
freelancer.
prostitute,
Thank
and
you
I
very
met her
much.
in a brothel.
Oh, goody.
Hans isn't, though. He was just security.
I'm muscle.
Yeah. What else? I pet a chimera and made friends with it, and now it sleeps curled up around me like a cat every single night. And I named
Trust me,
all
we're-
three
we're-
of its
we're not-
heads and it collectively. What else?
Atlas, this is no time for jokes.
We're not overly happy with the chimera either, just so you know. It wasn't a good idea. We all
I
disagreed with it.
jumped off a floating city multiple times. I took off my mask when I shouldn't have.
You chased an explosion.
I chased an explosion. I accidentally blew up
caused
an
explosion.
engine. Oh god, so many terrible decisions. I made friends with all of these people who all seem to have a lot of issues.
That's the one with the most issues.
Just a little hurt by that, but
I think that's about it. So
Stop.
Well, it's one thing telling your parents. You didn't write all of it down, did you? I know you take notes about like people and things, but you didn't write down everything that happened, did you?
I wrote down my interpretation of everything that happened.
Oh fuck.
You watch his Alice's father kind of like takes his wife's hand and like gives a little squeeze. It's like Atlas was saying a lot out loud to you. I mean, what's everyone's passive insight?
Asterisk is 17.
18.
And
Sarah, so you don't pick up on it. Astra and Atlas, you pick up that Atlas's mother is maybe going in some kind of shock, maybe? It's not very often, Atlas, your mother would be lost for words, and your father gave quite a stern stop whenever he picked up something was perhaps going wrong.
I just
See, she kind of like
figured get
burrows
it all
herself into
into
his
the
like shoulder.
open. You know, he spent a long time blaming my brothers for everything I did, and then I left them, and I did a whole bunch worse crap, so maybe you shouldn't blame them so often, and just actually acknowledge the problem.
task at hand.
I'm a good boy!
Have you heard have you heard anything about what they plan on doing with you? Is this us for now? Or...
Well, we're getting deported back home, so I imagine you, my dear devil boy, will be getting the same treatment.
Fuck. Nope. We're getting out of here one way or another.
Okay, so current plans.
Around.
Current plans. I know you guys don't like my plans, but I've been planning anyway because I didn't know you guys were coming. So, current plans. 1, I turn into a bear and start mauling people until Xander Mason pays attention.
I feel like if you turned into that spider again, you get attention anyway.
I can't believe
Spider
I turned.
less useful than a bear.
I can't believe I turned
You
into
say
like
that.
the tiniest little spider. You realize those things get to like horse big, right? It's
Astra, you were or Atlas, you were the size of a cat.
yeah, spider size.
of a
Okay, how big
cat.
is a spider? How big was that one that Kalis put in your bed?
Oh, that one was like this big.
You screamed so loud.
It tried to spoon me.
Yeah, it
See,
did.
spiders back home are like the size of Pip's claw.
Speaking of,
Right.
Pip, what, did he get confiscated? Or is he?
Pip is in a small, tiny little orange
But
prison
they could
uniform.
find one that fit
Oxygen.
Pip, but not me?
They have fairies.
Yeah, they have pixies. They have like generic sizes. You're just like an in between size.
Rude.
Slightly too small.
Yeah, one was like too
I
small,
feel like
so they give you next
it's,
size up.
it's intended for like dwarf, so like height-wise it's fine, but like width-wise it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, probably.
You fit
Okay,
your wings inside the jumpsuit.
You didn't immediately know the bear, so I'm putting that as a maybe. Option 2, I'm pretty sure I can still Misty Step, like without anything. I'm pretty sure it's just words. So,
But this is the thing.
so if I can
Anything
see
that
an
we do-
area, I can go through an area, and there is a terminal made of glass, like right there.
Don't think
True.
you can Misty Step through solid glass. You need to have a clear path to the target, which means like nothing in between you and it. I need to double check.
Didn't Atlas Misty Step into
It only
the Tilm
said
Times?
it only says an unoccupied space that you can see.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. If you see, I guess that overrules the.
Briefly
general.
surrounded by a silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see, is the only note I have. But there might be more in the player's handbook.
I'm pretty sure Atlas used it to sneak into Tilm Times to unlock the door from the inside.
Suddenly, Harry fills the entire unoccupied space full of cargo.
Yep. No, you're correct. So you can't go through glass because it targets yourself. You're not targeting the location.
Yeah.
That's why you need to clear line between you and the target, but then Misty Step targets you, and then you pick somewhere to go.
Yeah.
It overrides the general.
Any action we do to get out of here and not play ball as how they want to is going to completely eradicate any hope you have of meeting the council.
Okay.
And the only people that are currently outside to meet the council are probably the most wanted man on the amalgamate in the amalgamate.
Which brings me to my
Volgear.
third plan. Get Xander Mason's attention by offering him information on the man of the hour.
That's an interesting
Oh.
concept.
I'm not saying we sell him out. I'm not suggesting
But
that.
we
But
allude.
they currently have a notebook filled with shit on him that I wrote. So they're going to get that information whether we like it or not. I'm betting on the fact that they're not going to be able to decode my handwriting and Druidic that quickly. So maybe we just play our chip now. I'm pretty sure if we bring up those names, Xander Mason might have a thing or two to say to us.
We could also just send them to our hotel room.
I don't want Tawa to get hurt.
I'm more under the impression he will be the one doing the hurting.
I think if I go up to that thing where I've talked to the guy before and tell Xander Mason that I have information on the Darkhoof family, it might spike some ears. He looks around to like the nearest elves, like, no offense.
You see a gang of elves all like heavy prison tattoos, and they're all there, like one's like smoking a cigarette, the other one's like just straight up, just like fucking like playing cards, like, and they look over to you and they go, none taken, man. You know how it is, you know. My brother, he does round this. Cut the tips off. Got any fives? Good fish.
So plan number 3? With possible
I-
fallback to plan number 1?
Plan number 3, if it doesn't feel, I guess number 1's gonna have to be it.
Awesome. Well, good news, if we do go to plan number 1, if we can get my dad involved, you can see what a real pallbear looks like.
If they do deport us, we do something to the ship.
Atlas,
Well,
I have no intention of endangering your mother. or your brother. But based on our conversation recently, I believe you're old enough to make your own mistakes. Micaiah, let's go check out that cell of ours. I think your mother may need to lie down. And your family will leave you to your plans. Yeah.
Old enough to make my own mistakes. All I had to do was get arrested by the most powerful government in celestial space.
Yay.
Also, that time when you were like, oh, being imprisoned by your parents doesn't count. Well, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at this place.
This is not an upgrade, Atlas. This is not a good thing.
I've been arrested as a terrorist, as a danger to the amalgamate. Like,
She's actually been arrested as, like, with her parents. That's, like, Trump, the original story, like, tenfold.
Yeah.
She got her parents arrested.
Is that not mad? Gets it.
Oh, the fact that you're happy about this is so twisted.
I
can't be on two ends
come
with
on.
You. We need to be a team.
I like
come on,
to
Cyrus.
look on
It's
the
not that
bright
bad in
side.
here. It's not that bad in here. Look, go.
No, it's not the fact of it being bad in here. It's the fact that we have things to do elsewhere.
Also, they kind of stole my god backpack from me, so now Saparna is just sitting in storage somewhere, I hope.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. They also took my mask and tank, so,
Yeah. How long can you, like, breathe without that, by the way?
Indefinitely I can breathe. It's more just the more foreign bacteria I'm exposed to, the more likelihood I get sick, the more likelihood I get sick, the more likelihood I die, and the more likelihood that you're gonna have to learn how to use one of these. And she, like, pulls up the edge of her shirt to reveal these, like, metal ports that, like, are scarred into her skin.
Asher,
All right.
and somewhat close. Like, what is that?
I mean, I'm not sure entirely. It's definitely metal tubing, some kind of mesh, metal cap. There's other things in there. A gnome put it in me. One leads directly into my lungs, so it can be drained easier, and the other one, I honestly don't remember what it's for. They put syringes and stuff in there when I get sick. That's all I know.
Maybe for medicine goes into your heart?
Beats big old needles getting stuck in your chest. I can tell you that.
Hey, it'd be a great gimmick, you know? Any hole's a goal. That's what they used to say in my place.
Anyway. I'm going to go... Cyrus, you can stop making the face now. I know it's disgusting. You don't have to...
I wasn't making the face at you, Atlas.
Anyway. I'm gonna go tell the guard that we're gonna betray our friend who's been very good to us.
Good plan. I'm gonna show Cyrus around. And Tinkerbell's just dragging Cyrus by the pocket.
Astra, go with them.
Astra kind of like holds up to the other pocket, like...
Tinkerbell, like, is she a little long? Was like, I admire the hustle. Let's go.
And Atlas will go back to the same fucking guy because that is the person she is.
Yep.
And knock again.
What do you want?
I have an incredibly important message to send to Xander Mason.
I did tell you you had a chance to speak to him.
Yes, but this will expedite my process rapidly, so I really need you to send a very short message as directly to him as you possibly can.
Give me a persuasion check, please. At disadvantage, because this guy's getting a bit fed up with you.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
I like the idea that somewhere along the lines, Gear and Peros are just drinking. It's like, do you think
5.
Cyrus has found Atlas yet?
Sure. What's the message?
Tell him that Atlas Moreau, the bitch he just arrested, can provide him with extremely helpful information on the Dark Who family.
Sure.
Alice just stares expectantly.
Oh, look. I'll send it to him eventually.
After 12 hours is up, I assume.
I can't leave my post.
Alright. Next. And she'll just start. She'll fly up a level and knock on the glass again.
Just make me a general persuasion check, Atlas, for your persistence as you go across as many people who you can get the attention of, as many guards on these levels you can get the attention of. Each level has its own dedicated watcher.
10.
10. Sure. I'm going to roll d20.
I like the idea that she's just getting more out of breath each time she flies up a level. Like,
You get to the top level,
Hang on.
and one of them is like,
okay.
are you okay?
Yeah, I can't actually breathe this air very well, and you took away all my medical equipment, so I'm starting to die a little, but continue.
Well, that's prison.
Yeah. You gonna send the message, or?
Sure, I'll send a message to Xander. There you go. Oh, he replied. Oh, that's good. He says to make sure you go to your cell if you want to talk.
Fine. Am I still already on this level? I don't even.
Yeah, it's the one fall on down on the left. I think the other members of your family are already there.
Yeah. Cool.
Just the idea that by the time you've done all that and you've got to this final person, there's 8 messages consecutively arriving in his inbox.
Yeah, it's just like again and again and again. He's like, damn this fucking owl. Okay. Face my family again. Hope Tinkerbell didn't show Cyrus the showers.
Your mother is there, like, on the bed, like,
being fanned.
It's so awful that we would have to endure these conditions. Your dad is there waving one of his wings at her, back and forth. Your brother is just pacing like a fucking wreck, pulling handfuls of feathers out of himself. And you just go, wait.
I will stand there for at least a little bit. And just complain at Micaiah for shedding everywhere.
It's just your fault.
It looks like someone exploded a pillow in here.
Cyrus, Astra, Tinkerbell leads you, as much as she is playful and jokes about it, she's no intention of fucking Cyrus and Astra unless they're into that. Maybe, she's only joking unless.
Like, goes past the shower, she's like, people fucking there, just in case that was something you would be interested in.
She's like, you want to go have sex? I'm only joking. Unless.
Unless you.
No? Oh, it's just a funny thing to say to someone, unless you want to. Okay, well, the
I am
opposite.
joking unless you aren't joking, in which case I'm not joking.
Asher would think about running away if she jokes about that, and then looks behind her all the other prison members and just walks closer. No.
Tinkerbell pulls your pocket out, Astra, and takes it in her hand, goes like, I've got you, don't worry.
Thank you.
And yes, she will lead the two of you down to a run of cells at the end, where there's one cell with a little, tiny little letterbox, and she's, it's been slit open already. She cleans up and goes like, you alright in there? Fine. You not got long left? Timer only says 2 hours. Long. Well, you did kill someone, Halberdan. So this is where Halberdan stays for now. He's good. Good guy. You say hi?
Hello.
Hello. Do you look in, or do you...
Yeah, I'll peek in.
Inside, Cyrus, you see a... sat there, the shirt has been removed, so they're only wearing the orange trousers. They've got no shoes on, so it's big bare feet available. They've got a long white beard that kind of comes down to nearly the start of their big abdominal muscles, and they've got the build of someone almost like a strong man, where not like the traditional tiny pink pants and oh, look how muscular I am, oh, a proper I could lift a fucking tank kind of strong, think Eddie Hall kind of level,
yeah.
kind of gonna do. They have blue-grey skin, similar to Volgear, but unlike Volgear, this individual is definitely not a dwarf. This is some kind of giant kin sat there. They've got big grey eyes, and they've got this huge nose, and they must, if they stood at full height, they must push 12 foot tall, maybe taller. They're big.
Damn,
big.
that's like 3 atlases.
Well, he'd definitely be useful if ever there was to be a prison break.
Oh, my bad. I got my numbers mixed up. 21 feet tall.
Damn, that's
Jeez.
significantly more atlases.
He is a giant. He is a true giant. And
7
honestly,
atlases.
That's like 7
probably,
atlas.
like you've probably seen similar sized figures, but you've probably never seen a giant before. So it definitely is a first for you.
You've seen like fiends and shit.
While you guys are having a little tour of the prison from Tinkerbell, who's protecting your innocence,
Those
Volgir
were the
and
pretty
Beros.
ones.
Volgir and Beros, what would you like to do? You received this message.
We received this message.
From Asher, sorry.
Oh, fuck. I
What?
had a feeling this was going to happen, especially if with Cyrus.
Why? Don't tell me they got arrested as well.
They've been arrested.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It wasn't so obvious, but I mean, if they're taking Cyrus away, and they're not giving him back, then they're probably just arresting him.
Well, why would they assume that Cyrus and Astra are an issue unless they've got some information?
Wait, Atlas, she's always writing in her little book, yes?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If she was arrested, then they would have taken the book, regardless of what language it's in. They would have
And translated the Larisha.
translated it.
There's also the potential, Beros, that if your acts on Kiln were being, logged in any kind of amalgamate systems, it would have eventually popped up one way or another. If someone was scrutinous about it enough.
Like an annoying announcement
to be
person.
fair, it was a long time before we actually got into the center of Tiln while we were waging war on it, so it gave them at least 2 weeks to contact someone here and ask for support, troop support or anything like that.
But even the elves ambassadors said that they weren't too overly keen on the plan.
It's all politics. At the end of the day, if they tag us as terrorists,
I will also say, a lot of people weren't keen on Brexit, but if you started a revolution and started, killing people and stuff over it, people probably would have had some issue with it as well,
But if anyone wants to do that, contact me, please.
Right. The way I see it, we have 2 problems. Not 2 problems, 2 solutions.
Significantly
No,
more
I see.
problems.
I see a lot more than 2 problems, but the biggest problem I see is we have no idea what's going on in there, and Atlas is in there.
So 1.
I thought you were just gonna end. I thought that was gonna be those 2 problems. We have no idea what's going on in there, and Atlas.
And Atlas is there. Doing God
Basically
knows
said.
what. Yeah.
So we have 2 solutions. 1, we hand ourselves in. Maybe together we can figure it out. Or 2, we try to break them out ourselves.
Right, so
That one is more fun, though.
Question to number 1, what's the likelihood you get beheaded or killed before
I
you
mean-
get anywhere near the jail?
To be fair, even if my grandfather wants to, he has to at least, bureaucratically kill me. Go through all of the paperwork, go to court. That's going
Does
to take a
he?
little while. 12 hours is enough for a prison ride, right?
Does he have to, though?
Right,
Can he not just say you're a terrorist and that...
Even my
in
grandfather, as
space.
high as he has become, still has to fill out the paperwork. It's how this whole station runs.
Yeah, but you've not just been a terrorist, you're also...
Yeah, true. I've been a
terrorist
pirate for the
pirate.
past 10 years, including many crimes against the amalgamate.
Yeah, so if there wasn't a case for immediate execution, I think you're it.
Yeah, true. So, breaking them out it is. So, we do
then
have
that's
access to the
instant death as
arcane
well.
engine, so we could always...
Turn
we
the
could always
gravity off in the
run
prison.
We could always hold the entire thing ransom. We could.
You have access to not the Arcane Engine. You have access to the like the main research station, the Gravity you have access to, and the workshop. But you don't have access to the core.
Gravity in the prison.
You don't have access to the core, the Star Shift, or the Index.
But we were getting access.
Yeah, if you find a way to, navigate the arcade engineering level beyond the traditional level areas, then yes, you may be able to find those areas. Yes.
So with OSEC, it's like on the top level.
It's the highest level in the eye. Yes. The highest two levels, because they also have the dock level below.
See, Barros, my problem is here. You hand yourself in, you get killed. They know that you're on the loose, therefore I feel like they're going to beef up all security to major points. It is 2 men versus what is essentially...
Don't forget,
an entire...
Terror is in the hotel. We could just go back and cause as much chaos before we get arrested as possible.
You also have other contacts and stuff who you brought here, who may owe you their lives.
Hmm?
You just gotta find them again.
We also know they're up for taking down the government whenever. So.
Yeah, I mean you have Yasin, Fjornik, Sunshine, Elara, Gianna, Tylock are all potentially findable. They're somewhere here. Try getting a band back together.
Volgir, the voice of wisdom in this sorted group of chaos.
Oh, God.
What do you think we should do? Because I'm ready to steal a ship and crash it into the center of the amalgamate and blow this case wide open. But what about you?
Volgir's
Either way, I'm going to die.
In his head, go into his bag, pull out another bottle of wine, have a quick swig, and then go right. The way I see it is, we die. Well, we have a chance of dying.
Which one's which?
Well, if you hand yourself in, you're guaranteed death, in my opinion.
But we could also break ourselves up from the inside. Together we're stronger, yes? We learned this.
Mm-hmm.
If we're together, then we may have a chance, but the 3 of them on their own, maybe not so much.
Or
my little owl ears are burning.
Is there
Listen,
anyone else?
I've been burning for the past half an hour since you betrayed me.
I didn't betray you. I talked about betraying you.
The same thing.
If talking about betraying people was a thing, all your ears would have been burning since day 2.
Listen, they're not going to... Listen, if we leave them, they're not going to get anywhere without their fearless, handsome, and beautiful leader, Beros Darkhoof. And I'll do a little flex in front of Volgir.
A passerby hears the name Darkhoof is arrested.
Undercover OSEC. You're under arrest. How about a third idea? We sneak you in to see your mother.
What's that going to do?
You never know what. Well, it got us into this mess.
Have we not already established... Oh yeah, as much as I'd love to see my mother, is it not established that we're not being arrested for the incident with my mother? They're being arrested for the incident where we took down an entire city and then left it in ruin.
Have we actually been told that you've been arrested for terrorism? As far as I'm aware, we've just been told you're arrested.
Yeah, I think you just know that we're arrested.
Let's put that together.
Yeah.
Is it not assumed that with them,
I think I'm assuming.
Well, yeah. Beros, you guys kind of came to that conclusion because of Atlas's book paired with Beros's understanding of shared databases and things like that.
But you'd think if that was the case, we would have been arrested the second we got here. They got all our names.
I think Volga's
But
thinking
they had
along
a
the
But
lines of.
Tilm didn't.
I think Volga's thinking along the lines of it's being used as an excuse to arrest everyone now that we've made ourselves known, and you want to see your mother. I think that's where Volga's leading his thought process down. He thinks one has led to two, which is now resulting in prison.
But I'm not sure what my mother can do. Considering, well, the last time that she had any say, she was being dragged away and brought halfway across the galaxy.
It's that, or we just go see your lovely grandfather face to face.
Yeah, true. I mean, if we're going to do that, we've got to at least make a show of it. We'll bring the chimera, some fireworks.
You just want to bring the chimera now that Atlas is gone, don't you?
Well,
You just
can't leave it all alone in the hotel room. It'll get hungry.
Well,
And
that might be the
I'd
response
rather
we
they
need.
eat my grandfather than the hotel stuff.
I mean, I can talk to it.
I love that everyone's like, oh, get rid of the chimera, but the second Atlas is indisposed, everyone's trying to steal the chimera.
I'm trying to steal. I'm just trying to not abandon it.
Abandoning it causes a lot more issues than
Yeah.
that. Well, the other thing is, Volga is probably thinking if we bring it along, it might get killed. So that bonus.
Multitasking. Use the chimera to get people out, and also get the chimera killed without us having to kill it ourselves. Everybody wins, apart from Alice. But everybody wins.
Also the chimera. The chimera does not win.
win.
Until the chimera does win, and then we've killed the Umphalos and we still have the chimera.
So what do you think? Do you think it's easier to break in or to break out? That's what it boils down to.
Well, I have no idea what they do when you get in there. They might slap us with some anti-magic bracelets. They might take away all our stuff. They might lock us in cells. So I would say it's probably easier to break in than it is to break out.
Breaking in it is. Right. Well, we have access to the Arcane Engineering level now. Maybe we can see if we can find our way through some maintenance shafts up to that level.
But weren't we looking for some suits to see if we could go a bit further?
Ah, true. Let's do that. Let's go get some suits.
I think we should keep our heads down.
I just don't want to leave it too long.
No, I don't mean that. I mean just not draw attention to ourselves, if we can avoid it.
To be fair, that may be a problem as well. If they're arrested, then we may be on a wanted list. We end up to the commercial level, we might be on every billboard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we keep a hood up and see where we go.
Sure. Let's see if we can sneak around, get some suits, and then get ourselves into the shaft.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys want to try to head up to the commercial level?
Yep.
Alrighty, yeah, you go to the lift, the main access lift.
I'm not going to use the lift.
Okay.
I'll stop Barros before we use the lift. Go. This is the quickest way for them to know it's us. It's their set of stairs.
The only stairs that you would know about, because there would probably be some kind of maintenance stairs, you would assume. Obviously, something that happens, the lift goes offline. But you've not seen them, like, advertised or, you know. These are the primary method
we
of
need to
travel.
find an alternative method.
You could travel
Something
across
tells me we're gonna
the
get stuck in this.
the closest thing to a set of stairs, Volgear, that you would think would be the ring that connects a lot of the levels of the eye. You'd have to access the central ring and then work your way up to the commercial level in that way.
I'll relay. Do we want to take a gander? See what we can do?
Well, as long as we keep our head down.
I think we avoid swiping as many things as possible. Keep our physical trace down. Use proper coinage.
That's true. We'll do what we can. maybe we can get a straight swap for the scroll for some suits.
Oh, actually, question. The elevator, does it work off the hollow strap?
A hollow strap needs to be scanned to call it, yes.
Right. Volgear will spend 10 minutes putting on his second hollow strap.
I was going to say, Volgear, the man who's like achieved 50 hollow straps in his bag, is like, we can't use our own hollow straps.
Volgear going
we can't phone them on a normal phone. What are we going to do? It's like a sack of burner phones in his bag.
So I am unattuning to my gauntlets.
It will take you an hour to attune to a new item.
That's fine. Let's go have a sit in a pub.
Yep. You can go to Your Eyes Elegance if you'd like and catch up with the Chimera if you want. Or...
Yeah,
No,
we'll go get some meat on the way.
I was about to say I want to stay away from that bloody place because it's registered in our names.
Let's go get the Chimera. Vulgar's like, let's not get the Chimera, please.
Let's do anything other than.
As you started tuning to the second hollow strap in the street, Vulgar, you should try to do it and start walking along. Because you know it just takes time to do.
As well, yeah.
It does cross your mind of like, could we put a hollow strap on the Chimera like that? Instead of more like,
He does have a spare hollow strap.
You don't think any of the ones you currently have would fit, but there must be some for bigger races. There are bigger races.
Does it have to go on the wrist, or can you like clip it to a horn?
That is not something Volgear would be super familiar with.
Yeah, but you can't clip it on a horn, because if you clip it on one specific head, they're all gonna want one.
Can I get an educated guess by the fact that I've taken apart like 20 of these things?
Sure, make it just an Arcana check. Because it's not something you've never really thought about much before, you know?
Volgear splices 3 hollow straps together so it goes around one of the Chimera's legs.
Yeah. Oh. Arcana is a 17.
17? Yeah, I mean, you're pretty sure that the Chimera probably could wear a hollow strap and use it. The reason of putting a hollow strap on a wrist is primarily convenience. It's not like it embeds itself into the flesh or anything
about
like that.
a Chimera is convenient.
It just requires it just requires like skin contact. Basically, it needs like you can't notably like a hollow strap. Normally, it has to be worn on like a bare arm. It can't be worn like through clothing or through armor.
So
normally,
you could wear a secret hollow strap on your dick if you wanted.
if you had one small enough.
Or
Because
big
it's like
enough.
it's like well no, because like it's like for a wrist traditionally, so they're like yay big, like you have a fucking
much you
tuna can
packing?
for a dick.
Just saying, maybe I have an absolutely ginormous schlong.
If you have a big bean tin for a dick, then yes, you can wear a hollow strap on it. But yeah, so the problem probably more falls in the Chimera. Maybe the Chimera's tail. Maybe you're not sure. You'd have to try, but potentially.
Right. Did you want to feed this thing? I'm against going anywhere near where we've registered, but if you want to, we'll go.
I mean, when was the last time it was fed? This morning?
Yeah.
We might be alright for a few more hours, and you're right. Going anywhere
It's
with our
not-
name on it.
What about if we just pay a butcher to make a delivery?
And the butcher is also consumed.
Well, we just tell him to push it in the door and leave and run away.
Sure. And he will make the weird request to a butcher.
Yep, for enough meat for Tewa for how many days?
Off like 2 to 3? No. Yeah. What do you say it was? Yeah, 2 to 3?
Well, maybe just 2.
2 days, and we're just.
I don't
looking
think we're
for
going to
cuts and
leave it
stuff
for
like
2
that.
days.
Meat.
I don't know what's going to happen in 2 days.
It'd be 80 chits for 2 days.
I will give a silver. Is it 80?
Yep.
8 silver for 80 chits.
Well, I've got exactly 8 silver, so I will give 8 silver.
Takes it. Yeah, for
And
the
I'll ask him to
untraceable, he'll not
deliver it.
charge you for delivery then.
Right, and I'll
Otherwise
just
you can
tell him
charge
to
for delivery.
throw it in the doorway, immediately close the door and run.
You got it. Got a room key or anything, or?
I'll give him my room key.
Yep, takes it. Do you want me to just leave it there at the desk? I'll leave it at the reception desk.
Uh,
Or I can keep it and give it back to you if you want to come back here later.
Keep it here. I'll come back past and pick it up potentially.
Sure thing.
I'll make a note of the place.
Yeah, you make a note. It's Baldur's Butchers.
I do not have a note, so I'm going to put this in the chat. Baldur's Butchers. You just were thinking of Baldur's Gate, weren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Baal's Butchers, but Baal's not a god. At least Baldur's a name.
Right, shall we...
Let's go and find ourselves some suits and try not to get caught.
Yeah, you head to the central ring.
My guard hollow strap.
You said, you're gonna go with the lift with the guard hollow strap, yeah?
Yeah, give it a shot.
You scan it. Seems to work fine. The lift is summoned and comes down to you.
Cool.
Whenever you do scan it, it does acknowledge you as a member of Tilm's. It does acknowledge you like a member of from Kemnor and Tilm. It does like give you a little readout of hello there. Like it's like an Elvish name.
You killed that man.
I think I read Elvish.
Identity theft is not a joke. Vulgar.
The name given to Volgir is Raylan Urinel.
Yeah, you look like a Rayan Urinel.
Raylan Uriniel. So it's Ralan, and then surname is Urinel.
Urinel.
Got it.
And then it
His
is
last name's Urinel.
Urniel. Urinel.
Yeah, it's just urinal in a fancy accent.
Urinel. No, it's spelled Uruniel. Urinel.
Like
How else
that.
would you say that?
Like that?
Raylan
In the
Urinel.
chat?
Maybe. I'm on my phone.
Real and
Oh
urinal.
no, I put it in the chat for the Discord.
Off the call.
Barris is gonna look down and be like, "I'm going to start calling you Ray from now on."
No, ignore
That's a number.
A
that.
number.
That's the wrong thing.
That's your
I
pin.
put it in
I
there.
got your bank pin now. I'm gonna steal all your money.
I was about to say that's 6 digits. That's an interesting
Long
bank.
bank pin.
That's 'cause I did
Amex?
FN.
Can Amex be 6 digits? Yeah, probably. Yes.
Cool. Right, head on up.
But yeah, you send up to
Commercial
the
full.
commercial level, and yeah, the commercial level is kind of like as you had been there before, bustling trade level, like lots of people kind of going back and forth as they come and go.
And while we're wandering around, Volga's now going to switch out his guard hollow strap for another guard hollow strap.
Sure, yeah, you rip the other one
Making
off,
note of the name.
throw it in a fountain.
just breaks it in half.
Just snapped. Just like,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're,
I'm just
Yeah.
going to store it and get the name on, write the name down.
that's fine, yeah, so what are you looking for? You're looking for someone who, like, will sell you, like, suits, like external suits. Probably the best way for that would probably be the Stellar Armaments Emporium, which one of you was at before, run by the GIF Ceres. There's also the Astroforge Engineering Workshop, which may be able to help, or Lunar Lux Couture.
I suppose we'll just give. I'll pick. Barrett, have you got any idea on which one you want to pick, or should we just pick a
I
random
mean,
one?
the first one, the armaments, they'll probably do a decent job.
Oh. Yep, we'll go there then.
Yep. you make your way to the cellar armor room. You see behind the desk, this big giff, huge hippo man. He's got like big lapels, like a big, like very traditional, almost like old, think like, what is the fucking era that I'm thinking of? Like think like very like musketeering kind of like jacket on, like big gold buttons all the way down it. And yeah, and he's kind of there as he kind of goes like, "Welcome in to Stella Arms Emporium. Can I be of service today?"
Certainly, certainly. We're looking for 2 spacesuits. We've got a job to do, a maintenance job, and ours recently broke. Is that something that you would sell?
I do have a couple of Tev suits knocking around if that's what you're looking for. Are you looking for ones to provide armor as well, or?
No, just simple maintenance suit will be fine.
How long would you normally spend out there for maintenance?
Half an hour, 45 minutes at a time.
Quite a long time. Then it would have to be, it's quite expensive, these things. Not normally sold with ships themselves. But the one that I have available, I could do you for a good, let's say, I assume you need to breathe. You don't just need the
Yes.
cold resistance. Okay.
I assume you need to breathe.
It'd be 800,000 chits per.
Oh dear. Certainly a little out of our price range.
Yeah, these are effectively, they're like armors of cold resistance. Just like no real armor benefit. But they also provide you the ability to recycle air. So you can breathe like in a closed space for up to 8 hours. Yeah, if you want something more simple, I could get you a basic rebreather system. That would still be about 50,000 chits, but it would give you a bit of time out there. But the cold would probably get you.
I mean, at least for now, the rebreather system sounds a little bit more our pocket. Would you take this for them? And he'll pull out his scroll of flying.
The scroll will get you about halfway there.
Halfway for 1 or halfway for 2?
1.
Cheers.
It's 500 gold for a Reaper. So the scroll is worth about 2,700 gold. Or 270 gold, sorry. So he's doing you, he'd be like at cost price, so it's probably even worth a bit less than that.
Would you buy the scroll? Is it something that you would buy?
Not something I normally would have much use for myself, but I could, if you want it just for hard cash, I do have some untraceable. For untraceable, I could do you for 100, or for chits, I could do it for, chits probably could do a little bit more. Either 100 untraceable, or for chits, it could be 13,500.
We could do with the cash. Let's do untraceable.
Untraceable? There you go. He pulls out 100. He pulls out probably 10 platinum pieces. It's big chunky coins.
Maybe we'll find a vendor that's
Something like that. He pulls out. Big chunky piece of platinum.
Excellent. It'll turn to Vulgar. Maybe we can find a vendor who accepts this a little bit for a little bit more value. And we will go to and we'll walk out, thank him for his time, and we'll try another store. Maybe something a little less upmarket.
Yeah, I mean, there's not. Like, are you looking for something a bit more like scavvy, like a bit more?
Maybe a pre-owned shop.
Maybe a second-hand store or.
Sure, yeah. Make me an investigation check. See if we can kind of rustle up, because you're kind of looking for something a bit like now you're looking away from the main street. You're not looking at the high street anymore. You're looking for like. Yeah, investigation check. You both can make one.
That's not very good. Investigation. That was a 10. Oh, sorry, 11.
All right, take you some time. You tune to your new hollow strap.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looking around, searching. You eventually find Randall's discount ship demolitions. It's a little like shop down at the bottom of an alleyway. It appears to be like maybe someone who's trying to like rehaul anything that's been taken for scrap off like scrapyard like ships. There's like lots of like selection of steering wheels in the front window, a couple of chairs. You see in a few old looking Expanse suits, which they look like old-timey diving suits nearly. Like they're a lot clunkier than the sleek, like kind of like skin type ones that you're more used to seeing nowadays. They're very, very outdated. You kind of step inside. There's a like a Gith in here, Gith Zarai, who as you come in, they're like using their psionic powers. They like give a little like, blast of psionic color. They're like, welcome in, welcome in. How can I be of service to you today? What can Randall do for you?
He'll do kind of with the same requirements. Looking for a like a maintenance suit, probably looking about he'll lower the time to probably about 20 minutes to half an hour, just to see if that kind of piques any difference.
You made a good choice coming to Randall's today. Good choice indeed. I bet you spent a good time walking up and down that high street looking for things and places and people. Now, let me see here. What can I do for you? The one in the window. Bit of an antique, won't lie to you, but that should really only add to its value. But Randall likes you, young chap. Randall will do you a good deal on that one. Let's call it 20,000 shits for that one there. That one, as long as you could have someone on the other end blowing air into the tube, it can keep you alive out there indefinitely. Preferably warm air.
Right. What about rebreathers?
Rebreathers, they're a lot lighter. Randall could maybe retrofit the rebreather from that one for you if you'd like. If you don't want the suit, just the rebreather from the suit from that. Yeah, Randall could probably do that for like 10,000. 10,000 chits for just rebreather from that one. Again, you'd need to have someone in helping provide the air, or a magic device or something attached to it. Randall does provide those, if you'd like to buy them.
Well, how much for two devices and maybe something to assist with the breathing?
Just the breathing apparatus, no suit protection. That would be 20,000 for the two. And how long would you require the assistance for?
10 minutes.
So a day, roughly. Travel time, things like that. I'm assuming you want to hire, you don't want to buy, right? Or you want to buy?
It depends how big is this thing you're talking about here.
Oh, it's about 5.5 foot tall, about 3 foot wide max.
You mean a person?
Nope, didn't say that. Breathing assistant.
This guy's just a scam.
You want to buy it?
Oh,
You want to buy a
yeah.
breathing assistant full time? Be a bit more expensive, or you can rent them for a day. It for a day. It.
Yes. It.
Can you guarantee your breathing assistant isn't going to break down if we used it for 24 hours consistently?
Oh, they're very, very good at breathing. They've been. It has been breathing. It has breved for a long time.
That doesn't support good theory because that means it's on its way out.
No. Plenty of years of breath left in it. I assure you. Or your money back. Oh, but probably won't matter to be dead. But you know what I mean.
Meanwhile, in prison, got any threes?
What do you mean? Meanwhile
I
in
feel like this
prison,
is-
Atlas is already
this is-
rioting.
This is like every other session. It's reverse. Me and Barros were playing Go Fish. Now you guys are playing Go Fish.
Right. Maybe we don't need the breathing assistant.
No breathing
Yeah.
assistant then, just 2 rebreathers. Ripped out
I
from the
need
old
2
suits.
if I'm going to end up doing it. Well,
Just
that
one
that doesn't need a
rebreather?
breathing. One rebreather that doesn't need an assistant. What's that?
Just a rebreather with no... As in one that does not need an assistant.
Yes.
45,000. Shit. Work for a long time. Plenty of breath in them. It. You know what I mean.
Would you
I've just
take
got the
this?
image now.
And he'll put the 10 platinum pieces.
10 platinum pieces is 100 gold. That's 10,000 chits. Wouldn't be able to do one of those rebreathers for that. That's 20% of the value of chits. If you've got another 2.5 stacks of those, maybe we can talk. Oh, 1.5 stacks of those. 2.5 stacks of those total. 25,000 chits in platinum. Or other untraceable.
Maybe we need to give up on the rebreathers.
Yeah.
You know what's really worthwhile? Not
Holding
dying
your breath.
in the expense. Yeah, it's shit. Really shit. So they do. The people who make these things charge a lot for them. It's not me. If I could sell this for you for cheaper, believe me, Randall would.
Inside check.
Yeah, instant check.
No, he's lying.
I know, it's just fun.
They're not even worth like 100 gold. You have to get someone to breathe into them for you.
I don't think Volgira believes that. He got a 7. I think Volgira's like, that's a good value.
Could your dragon? Could a dragon breathe into it for
That's
you?
what I was wondering.
Maybe.
And I could make him fire so it could be hot air.
I mean, you haven't even
as well.
seen one. Like, he's just pointed the suit in the window and has told you that's what he'll get you, but, like, smaller, basically.
So what we thinking then? Any decisions? Want to
I
go
think we'll
browse
have to come
somewhere
back.
else? That's fine. Randall's not going anywhere, but the items might stock while it lasts, you know, supply and demand.
I can
Well,
see
he's
the
gonna
dust
turn
build up on
around
that
and
suit
just-
from over here.
Yeah, he's gonna look at the footfall in the street and just look at it, kind of.
Oh,
Right,
don't worry.
come on, we're going to go die in the expanse.
Okay,
Yeah.
have a lovely time. Bye. Come again.
I'm gonna
The door,
make
ding,
sure.
ding. She leaves.
I'm gonna make sure Barros picks up his platinum on the way out.
Yeah, it gives
Yeah,
it quick.
he's-
He's already pocketed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all 10 pieces are actually there.
Yeah, no, he's not. Randall's the many things, not a thief.
Right. The
Traditional
only
sense.
other option. The only other option is we get. You know when we were on the ship, and Atlas had her bubble to help her breathe. Maybe we could get someone to cast that on us.
Or we could buy that as a spell.
Yeah, spell scroll would do that.
That'll probably be cheaper than a fly spell.
Right.
Hopefully.
Last place we try, otherwise we're just not going to fucking bother.
Yeah.
You want to go to some kind of magic shop?
Yes.
Sure. On the commercial level, the best place for that would probably be the Quantum Quills and Astral Tomes.
Sure.
Step inside. It's like a magical
we'll-
bookshop. It specializes in spellbooks, scrolls, enchanted writing supplies. It's run by an elven woman called Celestia Astrid. She kind of welcomes like, "Hello there, welcome to Quantum Quills and Astral Tomes. If I can be any assistance, please give me a shout. Thank you so much. Don't touch anything."
Beros will reply the entire conversation in Elvish, knowing that Volga also speaks Elvish. We're looking for something that can help us breathe. We've seen a spell being performed that creates some kind of air bubble around someone's head, something along that lines.
Yes.
Basically allows.
Quite a quaint little conjuration spell itself. So nice as well to have someone speaking to me in my home tongue. I really do. Your Elvish is very good for a satyr.
I've traveled a lot.
I should imagine so, getting this far. Yes, indeed, I have a couple of scrolls here, and she'll produce 3 scrolls of air bubble. Volgir, what level spell can you cast?
Level 2.
Okay, Volgir, you would know looking at these immediately. You could cast these without difficulty. For each of these, I would have to ask, it is going to be 12,000 tits per. Each casting is good for 24 hours, and it will protect you from the Expanse, or underwater, or anywhere else where you would be struggling to breathe, like toxic fumes, poison in the air.
Volga, how many chits do you have?
Nowhere near that. 12,000 is 120, isn't it?
120 gold, yeah.
Which.
To be fair,
what, you
pretty
have
normal
100?
pricing for, like, scrolls.
You have 100, I have 20-ish. No. Yes, I do. But I'd have to use some chits for it. I've got 15 gold. And then a bit of chits.
You could also try to haggle if you want. It's completely optional if you want to try to
I'll-
persuade
I'll
her to the
Already
right price.
charmed her with your Elvish.
I'll put down the platinum.
100 so 100. You put down 100 gold for a platinum.
Would you take this and 8,000 chits?
Make
For
me
2?
a persuasion check.
15.
15? Yep. She goes, I could do that. Yep, so she will
I
take your
will-
payment.
I'll ping over 8,000 chits and leave the 100 platinum.
Yeah, she takes 10 platinum, so 100 gold.
10 platinum.
And then 8,000 chits, which would be another 80 gold, 180 you pay. And in exchange, you get 2 of these air bubble spell scrolls. So it takes an action to cast, requires only semantic components. You don't need to speak to do it, but you need to have the scroll in your hand. And it will give a creature within 60 foot of you an air bubble, a little spectral globe around the head of them, filled with fresh air that lasts for 24 hours. It also specifies that if the creature has more than one head, it only appears around one head, which is all the creature should need to avoid suffocation, assuming that all its heads share the same respiratory system.
Right, let's go to this. Let's go to
Stop
the
planning
maintenance shaft.
experiments on the Chimera, Ryan.
Let's get out of here and we'll start
Saw
our
it in your
journey to
eyes.
the. So we need to head up to the galactic level. Yes.
Yep, that was what you were instructed by the guy.
Yep, we'll head up to the galactic level. I assume Volga
New
burns
hollow strap.
another.
Yep, a new burner phone. Perhaps off. Volgar, do you have a count of how many hollow straps you have?
I had 1 sec, let me check my
Just keep a
notes.
note of how many you're using versus how many you have, just so we can
Yeah, well,
see if
what
those
I'm doing
ever
is, as you
have
tell
to.
me, the name, I'm adding the name, so I know I've used it.
Sure. So the next one
I'm
you
not
scan.
breaking them, I'm just restoring them, so I might reuse it somewhere later in
That's
life.
fair enough. Yeah, it's more just so you know how many are fresh.
Yeah, I've
Or
only
you
got
have to
one more
start
fresh one from
reusing
my
them.
notes. I had 3, because I think Ross
The
got a couple, and
the
some other people
sensors
got a
of the
few.
amalgamate have this person ping here, and then suddenly they ping way over in a different district.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
5 days later.
100%. Yeah, that is definitely an interesting thing. Of like, what's that doing? Like, if you're looking for people, like that is definitely a possible thing.
And luckily, he's dead.
Like being in a smart
Luckily,
city,
they're
they
all
track
dead.
everything. All your bank, it's like using someone's bank card, and then like the next time it's used, it's being used in Russia. It's like, that's a bit weird. Like,
I love that with the yeah, your card is being used at a grocery store in Texas. Yeah, I'm at a grocery store in Texas. Oh my god, do you see him? Do you see him using your card?
but Vulgar, the next one you scan it is Arantheon Starleaf.
Oh, 1 second, let me get to my notes.
And yeah, you travel up to the galactic level. You've been here before, I believe most of you. It's this big, like, open kind of level. Lots of glass walls around, lots of shrines, things like that, viewing decks. You follow the instructions to the lift that you were given by the individual. You have a little card. Are you going to try to swipe it, Barros?
Yep. I have the little card.
You swipe. You hear the lift move, but instead of moving up like a traditionally would do, you hear it move down, and the doors open up as normal, and you see the top of the lift in front of you.
Yep. We'll instruct Vulgar to climb up.
Yep. You step inside. The doors close behind you. You have your little device. Are you going to use it? You're going to try to climb up a rope like.
I'll turn to Vulgar. Vulgar, how good at you are climbing?
What climbing? Is it athletics? Or acrobatics?
Athletics, yeah, to climb.
I'm not terrible. Better
Right,
when
then
I
I'm
have
using
my
this thing.
gauntlets on.
Right, then I'm using this thing, and I'll attach it.
Yep. So Barrels, you busy put this thing around it, and the way it kind of works is the 2 outer wheels, there's 1 inner wheel, and as you like put your hand to it and press your thumb down, the inner wheel connects and the rope like is intermingled among the spokes, and then it just like you have like a button basically to go up or a button to go down. You press the up button, and as you hold it, you just go and just like Mission Impossible style,
grab
like
his foot.
certainly make me a athletics check to grapple. Unless Volgir will willingly let you grab his foot, but I think you're catching him by surprise, so...
Yeah. Athletics, did you say?
Yep.
So it's going to be a 15.
15. Volgir, Barrow, sorry, just make me a generic... What's your passive dex?
Passive dex is...
Your dex score, even. Would be the same.
+5.
So that is the same. So Volgir grabs your ankle. And he's like pulled up, and it goes from fairly quick to like half speed, like.
I mean, as long as it's going up,
yeah,
then like I'm not too worried.
And you send up. How far are you sending up?
Until it hits 30 seconds. I'll time it.
Okay. After 30 seconds, there are no doors.
It's a minute, isn't it?
Like, wait, half speed. Another 30 seconds.
30 seconds. About maybe around the 55-second mark, you see a door coming into view. And it's like tiny little ledge in front of it. You can like put your foot against.
Yeah, I'll shut down to Volga. Right, this is our stop.
Yep, I'll jump off whenever it's.
Make me either an acrobatics or athletics check, Volgir, to kind of like land on this thing. It's very narrow, so you need to like brace yourself against the wall, or it's like stepping onto a window ledge. 14. Yep. So Volgir leaps off, definitely like balancing on his like tiptoes, like almost like, and then on the sides of his feet, and he's got his like feet kind of like in a tightrope pose in front of the doors. Do you try to open the doors, Volgir, or? Wait for
I
Barros.
don't know. Barros hasn't told me anything
that's fine.
yet.
You're just waiting.
I'll tell her. You can open the doors. Just slide them.
Right, I'll
open.
start sliding.
Yep, you put your hands in. Athletics check, please. You try to part these
This is where I'm gonna
metal
fail.
doors.
Oh no, that's a natural 17.
That'll do it.
Athletics
15 would be
is
enough. So
19.
you force the doors open, and you see this like corridor in front of you. It runs for about 30 foot, and then they're about halfway down. There's a door on the right as well. There's a door at the end of the corridor. Barros, you see there's an easy way for you to swing and jump in if you'd like now.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll give him a
Let's do
hand
that.
as he lands as well.
Sure, with Volgir helping you, it's more than enough. And the door open, it's very easy for you to do. Retrieving the device will require a acrobatics check to not fall. You have to lean out, grab it, unlock it, and then
I'll
pull it
hold
back.
him as well.
Sure, acrobatics
I'll
are an
hold
advantage.
17.
17's enough. You grab it, unlock it, pull it back to yourself, and yeah, you guys are in this corridor in the arcane engineering level.
Right, from what I know, the first door to the right is the something residence. He used big words, and then on the one at the end is the gravity pool. He used very technical words. I didn't quite understand what those words meant. But maybe you can. But I think probably if we go to the gravity one, it'll be a little less. I know there's some workshops through this one, so the gravity one will be the less populated one. We won't get as we won't be disturbed as much.
Yeah.
Just head to the end of the corridor.
Sure. Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just walking with confidence?
I'd say we need to be sneaky because I don't know if
I think we'll try and be sneaky. I think that's probably.
Is it worth me doing pass without a trace?
While we're in a restricted area, probably.
Yeah, I'll do pass without a trace.
Sure. Plus 10 yourself checks then.
I needed that.
20,
That was a nat
27.
one. So it's 17 with the plus 10.
Average of 23. Yeah, you quietly moved down the corridor. Nothing seems to spot you. You kind of look through the little window for the door, and you see it's like a little like chamber in here, and you see there's a bunch of like glass cylinders in the room on the right with like strange glowing like orbs kind of inside them. You continue onwards, however, to the end of the chamber, and you see there's another little glass window in the middle of this metal door, and there's a little keypad as well next to it.
I'll try the
Yep, you
keycard
hold it
that I've
up.
been given.
Beep beep. It's good. It unlocks. And yeah, the door opens up. You see in here, there are about 7 terminals kind of all around the place. But the thing that stands out the most is the central column, in which there is what you can only describe as a black star trapped in a cylinder of glass. But on 90 degrees right as you enter the room, that wall is mainly glass itself, and beyond it, you see a huge orb, which is constantly shifting and rotating and stopping and turning back on itself and turning, and as it turns and rotates, different beams of light coming out of it shine and go into different areas, and it spins back again, and you see all around it several modrons, especially the cuboid ones with the little or the circular ones, the little wings flying around it, like checking things, like moving around with it, like kind of all working away at it constantly. In here, notably, there is no one.
Well, that makes things easier to be spotted, but keep an eye on the modrons. We don't know what kind of security is built in with them. Right. Apparently the core should be able to be seen from here. At least the core level. And he'll kind of move up to the glass and kind of look for the core.
Sure. You imagine the giant cylinder rotating around is probably the core.
Right. I think I found it. Right.
Make a perception check, Barros.
What gave it away?
17.
Barros, as you're looking, you see written in the language that you would associate as common, but it's as if the alphabet was slightly wrong, but it's still recognizable. It's as if someone had maybe seen common written down and tried to replicate it. Maybe the shapes aren't quite right. Like how normally on an M you would always it's like an upside down W, but like this one, it's like a straight line across the top with 3 lines going down. Like, or the O is like a diamond shape, or like the C comes to a hard point and things like that. It's almost like it's written in like OCR kind of font, which is not normal. No one would ever write a C or an O or anything like that in that kind of way in common. But you see something that spells out index. It spells out INDEX. And it's written as very like blocky, kind of like hard lines, like almost like glyph, like kind of like thing. It doesn't look. It could say something in a language you don't read, but it looks like the common word for index.
I mean, there's the index.
The thing is moving. It's on one of the. It's on the sphere, the face's sphere, and as it moves, and as every now and again, beams of light come into it, beams of light go out of it. Like it's always like a.
As Barros says. That's the index. So can I have a look and see if there's something I see?
Sure, perception check.
22.
Okay, 22. Vulgir. What Barros overlooked is the chamber in which the core sits in. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands, of holes which seem to allow these beams of light to come and travel and go, as if, a signal being sent and received from. Maybe that's how they're sent. But you see through one of them the unmistakable purple glow of the Uri star. That chamber is not pressurized. It must be exposed to the open expanse. And you'd imagine some kind of supercomputer core running at such a temperature probably needs the ultimate balance of that 0 temperature as the expanse to be able to run. You kind of draw that conclusion yourself with that kind of understanding of your knowledge, the arcane and things like that, and the arcane engineering. And you're like, yeah, that's just in the expanse. It's just basically exposed to space.
Is anything he was mentioning about the index? Does that?
The index, as far as you can see, there's only one port marked index. There are several others marked things like power or general processing and things like that.
In the same way.
Similar way, yes. It's always about one word, so it's index, power, processing, defense, plan, logic, things like that. And there are maybe about across the whole sphere up to 300 different dots with and I say dot, they're enterable, they're accessible points, maybe 3 foot across. But every now and again, a beam of light shoots out of them into one of these little tunnels, and sometimes a beam of light shoots into them. They appear to be input and output.
I'll relay about the open space and whatnot to Barros. I'm not quite sure what it's doing though. I can make guesses, but
you see one of these holes starts blinking with power. It's going constantly to one area. And you see when the flying Modrons goes up to it, stops, all their arms and limbs collapse in on itself, and it just rolls into it. And you watch as the second it blocks it, the light just stops. The one that it went into, Vulgir, as far as you're aware, was simply labeled core.
But got any 6s or?
Come back to you guys in a bit. Don't worry.
Go fish. I just imagine Volgir being like, screw it, and just starts pulling cables out. Power!
Right.
Defense.
I'm not going to lie. I don't understand this. From what Atlas said on the mod runs, we needed to access the index. That was where the information about all of the crap is from. Maybe
There is a terminal here that seems to have some kind of like access to the index. If based on what the guy told you was correct, he said there was a terminal that had access to the index from the gravitational manipulation chamber it's currently in.
Should we try accessing it?
Let's give it a go.
7 terminals.
If we can,
All right.
if we can find out the information.
Yeah, if you start spending some time looking through them, it appears like all the terminals. Make me an Arcana check if you'd like to work out which one controls what.
It's going to be a 13.
Okay. These terminals, there is one for every district and one for the eye. Nothing suggests index on any of them.
We know where the prison is, what district prison's in.
It's in the eye,
Oh,
which you're currently in.
Oh. Should we try the eye one then?
could give it a go. I mean, if you could open all the prison doors at the same time, cause a little bit of chaos, it may just be what we need.
I'll give the eye one a go.
You go to the eye, the terminal to control the eye. It asks for a like a scan basically to like permit access.
Like a body scan or a scan of a card.
You don't know. It just says scan required for access. It's a terminal with a
Alright.
keyboard and a trackpad. That's all it is.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'll go to another one and see what the other one like.
Each one
Does
will
as
ask
well.
you for the same thing. It'll ask you for a scan for access.
Right, well, if we do a scan, the only chance we risk is that we might have to run for our lives.
That's fine.
I'll do the eye one and I'll do a scan.
Okay. Yeah, your hollow strap, as soon as you press OK, the hollow strap nearest to
The
it,
eye
the guard.
Yeah.
You watch it, accepts it, and it says, welcome. And it gives you, you've not changed the so it says, welcome, Atherion. Or Aranthian, sorry. And it gives you access. You see, Aranthian has very limited access. Their rank isn't that high in the Amalgamate and the Amphalos as well. They've no real standing here. They only have view-only access. You can see that the gravitational setting for the eye currently is set to 1, and the outer ring is set to 1. But then the outer ring is set to, it has a circle around it. It's like a 1 of a circle around it. Not quite sure what that means. That's all you can read. You think if you had maybe a hollow strap of like a higher level of access, maybe you could edit
I
these
do
numbers.
have one for a captain.
You've got a captain's hollow strap.
But I've got to spend an hour retuning.
Also, as a note, they were not someone present on this on the Amphalos.
No.
They were present on a different planet. So they might not have
Yeah.
any more access than they might be like, yes, this person is registered to access like databases and things like that, like across the network, but maybe they can't, maybe on Chemnor they might have more access to things, but maybe not necessarily here. You don't know until you try. But these would be reasonable things to assume.
Yes.
It might work.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It might give me
Certainly
a bit more
try.
information.
I will make you roll the dice for it to see if it works or not. But it's just the basic guards are not gonna give you anything more than read only.
Look at Barros. Do we spend a little while and try the captains?
Don't look at me, you're the nerd.
And while you two think about that, meanwhile, back at the prison, you're all still waiting. Atlas has gone up to a cell.
Alice is pacing like a caged animal in and
Where
out
is-
of her cell along the walkway.
Where would Cyrus and Astra's cell be?
You would be given a cell together. Your cell is on the 3rd floor, on the right-hand side. It's 5th from the back.
Probably where Cyrus is, just sitting on the edge of his bed, thinking.
Astra's probably just lying there staring at the ceiling.
Tinkerbell's sitting next to you both. But yeah, you know, like, some people do fuck in these cells, but I'm just kidding, unless...
You see a blur of black feathers just fall, like, past where you are.
Oh, someone died.
No, I think someone's just shedding.
The blur of feathers comes back up again. It's like, ah, there you are.
Oh, that was you. Okay, that makes more sense.
What do you mean that was me?
We just seen a blur of feathers.
You friends with a lot of black feathers?
I thought it was Micaiah shedding.
I feel like he's got any feathers left to shed.
How are your folks doing, by the way?
Well, my mother's kind of catatonic. My brother is the opposite of catatonic. Just very, very tonic.
Hyper.
And my father hasn't really spoken since he told me to stop, so I'm kind of just letting that one settle. Kind of the most serious tone he's ever used for me, so not great.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tried to get in contact with Xander Mason. Xander Mason told me to go back to my cell, so went back there, stayed with my family for as long as I could bear them, which I think was a solid
5 minutes.
42 seconds. And then I figured I would come see if you guys come up with any great escape plans that didn't involve me turning into a bear and mauling someone. Come on, my angelic friends. Need a miracle here.
You've been here since we landed, Tinkerbell. What sort of read have you got on the place so far?
Well, we don't really know where we are in the grand scheme of things, which doesn't help. We tend to be left alone, to be honest, all the time.
What about deliveries, food? I mean, they must send people in sometimes, right?
Yeah, modrons.
Okay.
Right.
They order a full lockdown, which means you need to get to your cell. If you don't get to your cell, they deploy these things, and she points to the glass walls, and all along there's little like ports across them. She's like, they're nasty fuckers, whatever they are, that come out of those. But if you are good, go to your cell. A modron comes by, drops a plate of food off through the hole in the doors. And she points like a little ladder box at maybe about 2 inches off the ground. That's how we get our food mainly. They do call for a nighttime. The lights all get dimmed. And everyone is curfewed for those. So at nighttime, you're stuck in your cell all night. And they do have physical guards patrolling then, just to, visually make sure no one's digging tunnels, I assume, or fucking around, or things like that. You can sleep in someone else's cell though. Like I've slept in other people's cells in the night and not been found out. I don't think they give a shit that much, or maybe even though.
As long as you're in a cell.
As long as you're not out. Yeah, as long as you're in a cell, it's fine.
If we can find a tube or tunnel small enough, then I could maybe wild shape and get out as something little, but...
Problem is we don't know where the tunnels lead.
Yeah, and also... what am I gonna do when I'm out there? Because we are still on a place where we are hunted, and the guy hunting us has a lot more power than we have.
Yeah, it seems to be a reoccurring theme for us.
And I have 5 years worth of notes sitting in a locker somewhere right now, and I'm going to miss the meeting tomorrow, which means that literally my family's entire reason for coming here was pointless, and also my reason was pointless. And I don't have Saparna anymore, which means that that's all pointless, which means that,
we can figure out a way of crossing all those boxes once we get to the next stage. The first stage is how do we get out of here? So there's not much of a guard presence. What about riots? Like, if there's any fighting or anything, do they send in the little things from the tunnels, or do they send in guards?
Your friend killed someone and got put in solitary, right? Who put him in solitary?
Oh. The little fuckers who come with the tubes.
What are they?
Awful are they if they can...
They look like sprites, but I watched them suplex a frost giant.
Pretty cool, actually.
Don't know what they are, but they swarmed him. Like, I'm talking like 150, maybe more, all over him. And it's as if someone his size grabbed him by the shoulder and threw him over theirs, even though there was no one there. But there was lots of little ones. It's like they're all working together in unison, like a swarm or something.
Okay, what if we plug the hole somehow?
Maybe. Again, these things are strong. Well, together they're strong.
Yeah, so if they travel out of the tune individually, maybe it'll bottleneck them and stop their strength.
Maybe. Worth a go.
To be honest, given the way we try to help on Telm and the way things just snowballed, I think maybe wait until this hearing.
For all we know, the hearing might be him standing there saying, "Get on the ship."
Can all three of you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, God.
21.
So, nat 1. So 2.
23.
Okay. Passive perceptions for Astra and Atlas. Because I think Cyrus will notice this.
18.
17.
Cool. Two of you
I love it when the three of us are together because it's just Astra and Atlas seeing all, and Zara's like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, pretty much.
The two of you would see a like a very faint glow from Cyrus, and it's like a dark red glow for a moment.
Cyrus, are you being possessed again?
You would also see it from the other aspect. You would see Astra glows a very faint blue, and you both would see that Atlas glows a very faint green. However, the blue and green subsidize as quickly as it comes on. Cyrus's lasts about 6 seconds and then trickles out.
Cyrus, you're still you? Tell us something only you would know.
You're a dick, but I also kind of like you.
It's not Cyrus anymore. Cyrus definitely hates me.
Cyrus, you hear as that moment kind of finishes in your mind, a fuck, like just in your head, and it's not a voice you recognize. Actually, maybe a history check.
Maybe you do.
Maybe you do recognize them.
7. Hello?
Oh God, he's been possessed again.
No. I heard a voice.
Warm, so I don't think it's the skull. I don't know.
Is it Fife?
No, it's not
Hey,
Fife. It doesn't sound like Fife.
Is that you?
It's not Fife. It was someone else.
What they say?
Fuck.
As in they said something that made that's what they said. That was the just
no,
one.
like something happened that they didn't like, so they said fuck.
Okay. That's weird.
Glowy.
What?
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know anything about glowy?
The Q were kind of reddy orangey.
9.
Nope.
Atlas was kind of greeny, and I think I kind of see blue off my hair. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you were definitely blue
Who
for like a
gave you
second. I was green.
Did you take any weird
really?
plants? Tinkerbell, did they take any weird plants? Have you seen them talking to anybody?
If they took any weird plants, I'm insulted they didn't share them with me.
They took all my weird plants off me when I came in here.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And my
what do you
magic
mean glowing?
Viagra.
No, like you were magic for a second.
That was like an aura around you. It was like dark red.
Like
Like
when
when
I
you got
like
really
when I catch
angry,
fire.
No, more like a
Like a
light almost, but it wasn't really light. Like you glowed for a second, but like not from within, just like around you.
like my hair when it goes a bit staticky, that kind of vibe.
Or like a fairy fire, sort of.
Yeah.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can piece together what they're? I've got a 0, so who knows? That's a 10.
I feel like Astro will try at this stage.
It's like fucking
All
glowing.
puzzling out together.
Unnatural 20.
Astra, you see Cyrus's tattoos still have that little reddish glow to them. Every now and again, just, like it's not constant, just the faintest little like washing by, like flowing from his head down and then resetting and flowing from his head down. Cyrus, you think and you're trying to find any way, and you make me another wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay.
You focus on this thing.
Astro probably like face up close to your arms, like, what is going on? Like
That is
Hold
another
it.
nat 1, which is a 2.
Other two, make me wisdom saving throw. Normal, no disadvantage for you guys, just normal wisdom save.
16.
oh, 14.
Okay. Cyrus, you like focus on this thing, and you feel something for a moment, and you watch as Cyrus begins to glow again. Then Astra, then Atlas glows, like as if like on a cannon. And then all three of you here. Hello. Atlas would recognize his voice immediately as Serpana.
Urbana, you're in a cabinet somewhere. How are you doing this?
I am using.
Wait, does that mean that the other guys are talking to their gods?
Unless sounds like she's trying to focus.
Oh. I'm using the tools that we made to make a beacon.
I don't know what that means. How do we help you?
I'm just wondering where you are. It's dark.
I'm in jail.
We're in
You're in
prison.
evidence, I assume.
Mm-hmm. I can jump from here if needed. The star mark's not necessarily my only resting point. But I need to go to places I've been before. Which currently I can only go to that ship in the dock if you can't get to me.
Okay, well, how do I tell you if we need you there?
I can do this.
You can't just boop into my head like you did with the other bitch.
Well, if you go to the ship, would that restore your power? Would that make it less of a struggle for you to do this?
Only the ship had power. Right now, I'm kind of siphoning from yourselves. Your connections to Calum are right now blocked by me. I'm overriding it.
That's pretty cool, to be honest.
Cool, but
It's a
scary.
very
How often-
angry couple
how
of
often can you do
Celestials
that?
right now. Once a day? I don't know for how long.
Fair enough.
Just wondering if I could have Saparna instead of Fight forever.
I can take over one of you, but again, based on what happened back on Tilm, I don't think that's a good thing for someone to go through.
Yeah, me either. Can I contact you if I need you to get in the ship? We don't know where the ship is right now. That's as good as...
I can contact you once a day. I'll contact you roughly this time each day.
Okay.
Okay.
If things change, you can let me know then.
Do we have to, like, willingly accept you, or can you just, like, take over
I
us?
can't overcome your natural boundaries. I only got through because Cyrus is quite weak to my intrusions. I was able to use him to piggyback onto
I like
your...
the idea that there was a pause after weak there. Quite weak. To my intrusion. So he's like, the fuck?
He's got 2 people already trying to get into his head. Why not a third?
You like the third one,
You could try to be more willing, but again, it might not always be me trying to get in, so it's up to you.
Noted.
which basically means you can choose to have disadvantage in the saving throw, but your mind and body will always naturally have a resistance to this kind of thing. But if you think it's Sarpana, you can try to willingly give it to her, but it might not always be her. It might be a Fife, or it might be
get out. So it might be a quick escape attempt, but hopefully we can get you with us either way.
Okay. Let me know.
I don't suppose you'd be able to reach Baros or Volgir. Maybe too far.
Not Celestial. No ties.
Right.
I'm running out of time. And then the connection, and all of you stop. Just return back to your...
Am I Celestial?
Well, you did carry her on your back for a while, but also
essence Nile.
messenger of the gods, so kind of
I always
celestial.
just figured us like divine postmen.
Divine, still divine.
Yeah, but we're not like of the divine. We're just like we were just hanging out, and the gods were like, "Hey, deliver messages now." Well, yeah. You deliver messages now. We invented these guys to give you messages, but you still deliver the messages. I don't know.
Well, at least we know that Saparna is somewhat safe, I guess. Yay.
I can't believe you just said at least and then something good about the gods.
Well, it's better than her falling into the hands of someone else, like the Archmage.
Or Xander Mason.
Exactly. So if she is contacting us and it's dark, she's in inventory. So, yay, your mission is still a go, provided we can get out of here.
Well, at least if she's in inventory, it means that nobody looked at that and went, hey, that looks like a 1,000-year-old relic. We should do something with that. They just looked at it and went, God, this Alden has a lot of weird shit on her. This prison is freezing. I am freezing.
I wonder if you did have to be deported, could she piggyback off to you to wherever the ship is and then just to get control of the ship?
Maybe, but like she said, I don't think a god going in your head is great for you. I mean, I'd risk it, but...
maybe not going for your head, maybe just using you as like a wire into the ship. I don't know.
As you'll discuss this.
If we get deported, you guys are gonna get sent.
Yeah, I'll die before I go back.
Maybe I could get us all deported. Squall, worst case scenario. The spiders are pretty bad, but devil free. Being free.
Better than where I'm from.
Astra visibly shudders.
As you all are having this conversation, you hear mer, mer, mer. Lockdown in effect. 3 minutes until lockdown. Please return to your allocated cells. Mer, mer, mer.
You guys should come with me.
Your cell?
Yeah, we're sticking together, but I also need to keep an eye on the Moreaus.
Whoa, my bitches.
They were my bitches first, Tinkerbell.
You think you protect them?
Yeah.
What if someone like Haldren comes up to them and says that one looks nice and wants one?
Then I turn into a pallbear and they regret it.
Fair enough.
Come on, quick.
Well, I relinquish my bitches. I'm keeping your cell, though. It's roomy.
Thank you for the protection.
Anytime. If you'd like more than protection, you know where to find me.
Gonna get you out, Tinkerbell, trust me.
I'll keep it in mind.
Hands! Got us a new house.
Come on, quick.
Yep, follow Atlas.
Yep, you head up the stairs.
Atlas goes to step off the balcony and fly up and there's like, right, yeah, no wings. Stairs it is.
Yep, you head upstairs to Atlas's family cell.
Cozy.
It's a bit of squeeze of all of you in there because there is like 5 of you. Well, more. There's like 6 of you all squeezed in there. The lockdown.
Stand towards the back and try to look like an owl.
Klaxons sound every minute until lockdown initiates, and as soon as it does so, the lights dim, and then a red glow kind of fills the space. You hear Atlas and Astra, the door on the right-hand side of the guard area open. You hear the glass ching, and then you hear the sound of heavy boots on metal. You hear dung, 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 dung as they kind of like walk forward. The metal creaking and clanking under the weight of the boots. And stepping into view, hands behind their back, you see a tall human figure who has long, slicked back grey hair.
Oh, his hair's slicked back. That means he's evil.
That comes down to just below his Adam's apple, but is immaculately groomed. He wears an array of badges and awards and medals across his breast, and he turns to face you and about turn like a military soldier would.
Atlas stands in front of everyone like she could protect them.
Cyrus, like, a foot above her,
Yeah,
over
literally.
her head, keeping eye contact.
Speak. And that's where we're going to stop for today. And we'll
Your
see
mother
you all
fucks cocks in hell.
next time. Good thing you didn't say that during the session, or you'd be dead. And your family. Bye!